Jill.
There she is. There she is.
Welcome to Jill's.
You know, I really wish they'd let us play music up here. Make these long trips go by a lot faster.
It's against regulations.
Yeah, I never understood that.
They just don't want us having a dance party when a proximity alert goes off.
See, that's a dumb reason. Because we'd already be on our feet, ready for action.
Greetings and felicitations.
Saddle up. Lock and load.
Hello and welcome to Shore Leave number 47. I'm Anti-Derivative Jill, and normally I stream on Friday, but today I have to stream on Thursday because I'm busy tomorrow, and I didn't want to miss out on my extra stream. So let's have a Shore Leave, I decided, and so we're here. We've got a few topics that we want to talk about. Stone Racket has some things to show us. And Irwin Allen might be rebooted, hopefully not. It's very terrifying things happening. But one thing that is definitely happening is a podcast for what should have been an actual TV show, but now it's just being thrown together as a radio play for the Wrath of Khan prequel that was created by Nicholas Meyer, but they kind of just are just using his name. I don't know. His involvement is very minimal to nothing.
I want to talk about
it.
that. I kind of want to talk about that because through sources that I am not at liberty to discuss and ways that I acquired it, because it was originally a 3-part story called Ceti Alpha 5. And it was written by Nicholas Meyer. Now, I don't know.
Okay, tell me in a minute, because I was just going through all the different topics. The other thing is a new Janeway. There's a new Janeway series that they want to do, but it just reeks of desperation by Secret Hideout because they don't want to lose their contract that's up for renewal this year. And then I also might want to talk about Universal Studios' new theme park attractions called Epic Universe, and I might want to look at some of that. Okay, so you want to talk about Con first. We can start with Con. First, I want to say hello to Snorter Poopus Cuber.
Hey, Poopus.
Hello there, Snorter Poopus.
Yes, and also hello to Stone Racket. How are you?
I'm doing just fine on this thrilling Thursday, Jill.
Oh, I'm becoming more and more thrilled the more I listen.
How are you doing?
I'm just fine. I got my coffee, so I'm ready to.
And Scotty, I hear you're doing fine too. Is that true?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, no,
hey,
I got no
all right
today.
Excellent.
All right, so you want to talk about the Con updates, Nicholas Meyer audio drama, Ceti Alpha 5. That is they're just using his name. He has minimal volume. He says specifically, the finished result is not entirely mine. I supplied the basic idea and they kind of ran with it. So we'll have to make up our own minds whether when we hear it, what we think about Khan as depicted in the radio play. And so of course you have to be careful because who made it? Secret Hideout. Uh-oh. And so what do you think?
Well, the first thing that really jumps to mind is that Khan is going to be played by Naveen Andrews, who was on Lost, and he was also in Planet Terror for Robert Rodriguez. And I remember when, although we don't like talking about Star Trek Into Darkness because it's terrible, it's a dumpster fire. But when they first announced that was going to happen, I know that they were trying to get Benicio del Toro to play Khan, and I was like, there's no way. There's no way Benicio del Toro is going to do it. And then I was like, you know who they should get, because it is another Secret Hideout property, is Naveen Andrews from Lost, because he is ethnically appropriate. And I was like, he would be a bitchin' Khan. And nope, we got Benedict Cumberbatch instead. And I always thought that was terrible casting. Once it was reviewed that he wasn't, what was it, John Harriman or something? Not Harriman, Harrison. The fake out for Into Darkness. But I am so glad that finally one of my fan castings is coming true, because I think he would be great. I wish you could see him on screen, but with the audio play, that'll be cool. And
hopefully it'll be cool, because you can get all the best actors ever, but if the writing and the production quality in terms of how exciting the story is written and how Star Trek it is, it's harder for me to get excited. It's good that they have good talent behind the acting. That's one element. But
and they do, they have Marla McIvers as well. I don't know
if they go exactly by the script that the plan that Nicholas Meyer had, but if they were doing that, they would have involved him more deeply in it.
Yeah. Well, and also I think this is going to be another situation because it's Khan. My expectations are higher, so it's obviously going to fall flat. But it's also another kind of similarity to Section 31, and I know we don't want to talk about that either because it's also a dumpster fire. But
it is
a Khan drama set on Ceti Alpha 5. This is not going to be a Star Trek. Like, he's stuck on the planet for the entirety of the story. Now, it'll be interesting to hear how he survives the explosion of Ceti Alpha 6. But like, there's not going to be a utopian vision for a better humanity in this. It's going to be, look at all the bad shit that Khan went through.
Okay, but what about Marla? Marla does bring an element of Star Trek into it. McIvers.
But yeah, and maybe that will add to it. But I kind of feel like she's going to be the Star Trek surrogate in the same way that Rachel Garrett was trying to be that in Section 31. But let's see. When's it released? Do you know?
She was. I thought she was. No, I don't know. Let me see. I have the thing here.
Sure.
So I'm looking through to see if there's a release date. That's a very specific question. Release date for Ceti Alpha 5. Let's see. No, it doesn't say.
Huh.
It's sometime in 2025. So sometime this year.
Well, and I hope it's good. Obviously, any new Star Trek comes out, and I hope it's good. But as you are well versed, anything that has Secret Hideout or Alex Kurtzman attached to it is automatically got 2 points against it. So
yeah, because it's made by Secret Hideout, and we know their track record, and it's basically almost guaranteed to be awful, and everything they've made is awful to some degree.
Yeah, to some degree.
Snortopoopas Cuber says, "Can we have a series where the crew of the Enterprise goes back in time to erase Kurtzman and Secret Hideout from the universe?" Yeah, and Akiva Goldsman, just like. It would be really helpful.
I have a funny Akiva Goldsman story.
Okay.
Is a friend of mine was a bartender in Vancouver, and Akiva Goldsman came in, and he's just as much of a movie nut as I am, but he's got rosier sunglasses on than I even do. And he sent me a text the night of Akiva Goldsman going into his bar. And he like fangirled out over Akiva Goldsman, and he sent me this message because he thought I would do the same thing. And I said, "Did you get him to apologize for Batman and Robin?" And so we didn't talk about Akiva Goldsman anymore.
Yeah, that's funny. I wonder, have there ever been any interviews with George Clooney? Does he regret that role?
Oh God, yeah. Like, up until Batman Begins came out, anytime someone would bring up Arnold Schwarzenegger, Clooney would say, "Oh yeah, me and Arnold, we killed the Batman franchise together."
And
I think that there is a standing rule that George Clooney has, is that if you do see him he will still refund you the money for the ticket if you went to go see it. He'll be like, here's your $15.
Oh, that's so sweet of him.
Yeah,
you know what? We need some. Do you want Orville sounds or do you want some TNG sounds? I don't have. I've been meaning to.
I want the TOS bridge sounds.
Yeah,
I don't have those. I was gonna say I don't have that yet, so I'm just gonna go with TNG.
There we go. I want a Romulan engineering hum of the singularity that powers their warp drives, which you can get. There is an ASMR of that. You can listen to that.
But I've never heard of an actor giving people refunds for the movie they know is bad. That's really
funny. Yeah, I was looking forward to. I was on the internet the year that Batman Robin was released, and or maybe the year before that, because that's how I discovered Ain't It Cool News, and that was the first review of the movie that I read. But I downloaded the trailers, and the fact that they had cast Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, I thought, oh, that's going to be pretty cool. But to this day, I still have not seen that movie because it was pilloried so much by the online community. I just went, well, there's no way in heck I'm going to go see this. It's a dumpster fire.
Oh, the puns are so bad.
Oh, Ice to See You. But like the thing is that because everyone was so afraid of Batman 89 being basically just a big screen version of the 1966 show with Adam West, is that by the time they made Batman and Robin, it absolutely was an adaptation of Batman 66. Like I feel like that is your adaptation of that.
Yeah, it's full throttle 66 Batman and then some. What I've heard. I haven't seen Batman Forever either. I just the clips that I saw, I just went no. And then Tommy Lee Jones, what's he doing there? It's supposed to be Billy D. Williams, you know.
Yeah.
But, and that whole fact that Michael Keaton, he's like, well, hey, I'll do another one if Tim Burton, you know, is deep, you know, heavily involved, and that didn't happen. So I just kind of gave up. And we all know how great it was.
You gave up on everything.
We all know how great it was when Batman returned with, you know, in the movie Batman Begins, which was, I remember some of my coworkers were kind of scoffing. They're going, "Oh, what's this?" You know, and I said, "No, this is it's going to be a total reboot. It looks intriguing. It's Christopher Nolan, so it's, you know." And turned out I was right. You know, that was a great Batman flick.
It was. I
agree. Yeah.
And then he topped it with the next one, The Dark Knight. You know, and it's just. And then there was the third movie, and we will move on to something else.
The Nolan stuff's fine, but Batman Returns will always be my favorite. And Sigvaldason says he was disappointed they didn't try to have Adam West as Batman again. Probably wasn't feasible, but he was the Batman he knew as a kid.
Yeah, Adam West. Yeah, go ahead.
Tiger Stripes ad. Sorry, I don't know that Adam West would have been willing. The role effectively killed his career.
Hello to Tiger Stripes.
Hey, Tiger. But no, Adam West was very vocal about wanting to play Batman in the '89 version.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
he lobbied for it, but because they were trying to. Yeah, well, they were trying to distance themselves from the '66, get away from the camp.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because what Tiger in the chat also says, the director, Joel Schumacher, for that Batman movie had a gay agenda. It was such a mess. I don't know if he had a gay agenda, but I know he certainly had a merchandising agenda as handed down by Warner Brothers. Because
I don't remember.
There's such stuff in Batman and Robin where cast members are saying, don't forget, we're making a toy commercial. And so I think he came up with the word toyetic, make it more toyetic, and that's why you have all the neon and goofiness. And again, that's when new suits were like, we always need a new suit so we can sell new action figures. But Joel Schumacher, yes, oh, absolutely, he was a flamboyantly and proud out gay man.
Well, I didn't so much find any kind of agenda in the movie. It was just a jumbled mess. There was no focus. It was like that certainly was a series of things that happened in this movie, but nothing came together.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm very happy to have avoided both of his Batman movies.
Batman Forever is not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad.
It has Seal, at least.
Yes, Kissed by a Rose. Kissed from a
Nim,
Rose.
nim, nim, nim,
No, 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 no.
nim.
No. He
Kapow!
goes, kapow. Yeah, that was so awesome when my father got a color TV in September, early September of '66, because I finally got to see that, all that jukebox Technicolor of the Batman series with the kapows and the bams and the biffs and all that. Great comic book stuff in living color.
Tiger Stripe says Schumacher was unapologetically gay and had a gay viewpoint. Nipples on bat suits. Yikes. Well,
yeah, I agree. Yikes. Double yikes.
I agree that it's yikes, but I don't really see that as gay. I see that as just really bad costume design. Like, well, I think a gay person would look at it and say, that doesn't look good.
Yeah. Freddie Mercury's over here being like, you want to reel it in? But no, the special features on the DVDs for it, they talk to he says, he's like, I don't know why everybody got so freaked out about nipples on the batsuit, because what he was trying to do is sort of evoke classic Roman gladiator marble statues. Like, he was trying to go for a sculptured look, and it even plays out in the redesign for Gotham City with all that Art Deco being mixed with almost Roman imagery, and that's why they did it. It wasn't necessarily, but yeah, it does linger on cod pieces and bums more in Batman and Robin than it did in Batman Forever.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I can't argue with that point. Sora Pooping Skewer says, I saw a Batman cartoon the other day. Adam West was playing an old TV superhero named the Grey Ghost. As a child, Batman was a fan of the Grey Ghost series. The Grey Ghost helped him with the case.
It's a really good episode too. It's from the animated series.
Familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
And let's not forget.
That's awesome.
Let's not forget the.
I think I saw that one.
The Kim Possible episode where Adam West was a particular superhero that Ron Stoppable stumbles upon. He was a superhero on a TV show, and then reality gets a little blurred.
Hey, welcome to Tiger Stripes. So glad to see you today.
Hey, you guys.
How are you?
Hey.
Hi, Tiger Stripes.
How are y'all?
I missed you, Tiger Stripes, on Twilight Zone.
I don't think you missed me much, Stone Racket. You really know your Twilight Zone. I'm intimidated by your body of knowledge.
But I wanted to, celebrate Tiger Stripes Tuesday.
Oh, no,
you know?
No. But it's nice to see everybody today. Hey, you guys.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, you said in the chat, Tiger Stripes, ever watch any Gladiator movies?
That's
good old airplane reference
there. And so when Scotty talks about Schumacher, evoking Gladiator movies, there's a reason for that. And I'm not going to say any more because there's things I will type in chat that I won't say out loud. So there's no need for me to.
Well, if there's anything that you want to say that you can't say verbally, just punch it into the chat and I'll say it. I'll
Perhaps.
I'll play the role of Tiger Stripes.
Yeah.
Perhaps, but I don't have to go. Punching that. And besides, Jill's completely right. That movie was a mess for so many other reasons. But ultimately, it's the director's job, to pull things together and make a movie. And that movie was a fail, and it was so disappointing because it was such a tremendous cast. And I don't know, what happened other than that, Jim Carrey might have been at a time in his life where he really was uncontrollable. And you've got to control that guy.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to sit on him. Somebody's got to, and yeah.
Right.
Just
And if
such
he
a
does, if
wasted
he's not
opportunity.
properly directed, he's going to make it up himself.
Sure, yeah, and you can, it's hard to blame him because he is an improvisational comedian. So, and if you're not getting direction, then you just kind of feel like, okay, I'm going to have to carry this myself. I'm going to have to carry this world on my back by myself, like Atlas. And yeah.
Yeah, he did best with what he got.
Didn't have nipples on Batgirl's suit, though. Just saying. I was very upset about that.
I'm not sure if there are or not. I feel like
nope, there are not.
There. Okay.
I did see it in theater with the express crush on Alicia Silverstone that I had, and I was like, "What? No nipples on Batgirl's suit?"
Well, there you go.
This is
that
double
kind of
standards.
Again, there's something there, but it's not. There's not even. There's no need to hide it. Yeah. Okay. I'm done now.
It's fine.
Yes. Some things are just out in the open. I still feel reluctant to talk about them, but they're out in the open. And yet I'm still reluctant to talk about them. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And so going back to Star Trek, Nim says, if you had a time machine, would you use it to go back in time and kill Alex Kurtzman as a baby? I mean, in general, I'm not for killing babies, so probably not. But I like Sigvalduson's answer. I would try to convince him never to get into the entertainment business. Yeah, convince him to do something else. Yeah, that's a good idea.
And that's an interesting question. And my brother and I, for the first time ever, and it's been such a long time since that movie came out, I watched The Boys from Brazil, which I had never seen before. It was on the television, and so we just sat down and go, okay, we're going to watch this. And it's a total spoiler if I say what I want to say. Does anybody care if The Boys from Brazil get spoiled?
When did that movie come out?
The late 70s?
Yeah, we're fine. We're fine.
Yeah. Even the Nazi hunter at the end of The Boys from Brazil says it's unethical to track down all these young Hitlers and kill them. So if that's his opinion, then no, I don't think it's ethical to go back in time and kill Kurtzman as a baby. Babies are innocent.
Yes.
I would use the time machine to go back and, of course, knowing what I know, make buku bucks so that I eventually would control the Star Trek franchise.
Yeah.
And be the guardian of it before Kurtzman and Secret Hideout were even a thing. I would try to do that.
Well, we all need to memorize the racetrack winners.
Yeah, you got
in
it.
The last 50 years.
That's right.
I'd go back and just try and open Les Moonves's mind to science fiction a bit more, become his assistant, and then be like, "Do you wanna check this out? It's actually pretty good." Try and sway it that way.
Don't think Hollywood producers work that way.
I don't know how they work. I'm just a simple Canadian boy, but like I would even go and try and talk to the executives at Paramount and say, you know what? Out of these people, why don't you let Roberto Orci do it? Because he seems to be more on the trolley.
Or don't say no to Seth MacFarlane when he comes in your door saying he wants to make Star Trek, because he made Star Trek.
Yeah, and that's a true love. God.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and you can see it even when he was a kid. I like that guy
so much.
When he was a kid, he made a cardboard set of the Enterprise and had his friends act in a little play.
Are there photos?
There's a video. Do you want to see it?
Oh, incredible. Yeah, very much.
Okay. It's so funny. All right. This will only take a moment for me to find it. It doesn't take long.
Yeah, no, I can't believe you have it. Do you have their
it's on
approval
YouTube.
To show? Oh, it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd love to see that.
I
had no idea.
Approval. I mean,
shout out to Canadian Spider-Man in the chat. Hey, buddy, what's going on,
yeah,
sir?
I do love Seth. If only he didn't have a predilection for women who look like... Okay, I'm going to stop there. teenagers is the word I was going for.
Oh, okay.
But
kind of like Alara.
Yes, Alara and the one from the most recent season, Charlie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, here we go. Can you hear this? Oh wait, can you hear that? Okay.
Wow, this is so great. That's very nicely done.
Spa. Still better than Discovery.
He's doing the impression and everything.
Oh yeah.
Then why am I looking at a view screen with nothing on it?
So great.
What exactly are you saying? That's impossible. Apparently not. We can go. 10 minutes. Well, Laura, tell McCoy to join us as soon as he's taken care of the business.
Incredible. They're all so young. They look like they haven't made up their minds whether they need to shave yet or not.
Exactly.
My favorite is that Seth MacFarlane sounds exactly the same way as he does now as he did when he was 16.
Yeah. That's quite the Hollywood compliment.
That was the greatest thing I've ever seen, Jill.
It was pretty great.
I know.
It was pretty
I
great.
couldn't stop it. It's so
fantastic.
good. I want the rest of the episode. I could never find it.
God, he's
anyway.
so talented.
And that's how much he loves Star Trek. That's the kind of person we need making.
Oh, you betcha.
Yeah.
Well, and hopefully he gets his 4th season. Oh, yeah. So that's what I would do.
Stuff. Yeah.
So that's what I do. Go back in time and Paramount. Say yes to Seth MacFarlane. No to Kurtzman. We're good to go.
Yeah, I'd go back in time and have my buku bucks and beat out Paramount from buying Desilu. I would buy Desilu, and then the rest would be history.
You'd keep it forever.
Yeah, didn't Roberta Orci pass just this last week or so too? I was
He
very
did.
sad to see
Yes,
that.
you are correct.
Yeah, too young.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And yeah, you could tell that he had a real love for the franchises. You could just tell when somebody's not phoning it in, when they really know their lore. You can just tell.
Well, and that seems to be what the issue was with Paramount at the time. I think he was supposed to direct Star Trek Beyond, and he had a whole different story. And they were like, you know what, this Star Trek movie that you want to make sounds a little too much like Star Trek. And he was like, I'm sorry, what? And they're like, yeah, we're going to go in a different direction. And it's like, but it's a Star Trek movie.
It's like, what?
I remember hearing that, and then I was very, very discouraged.
Yeah, same here.
But I still like Star Trek Beyond.
I know. you can have your Beastie Boys.
Is that the third one?
Yeah, yes. The third one.
See, I like the first two well enough, and the third one was just no.
You like Into Darkness?
That's just sort of. Yeah, I do. I thought it was kind of a clever reimagining of the whole Khan thing. I mean, once I accept that, okay, this is a different Star Trek universe, it's not going to go in the same direction. I thought that was reasonably clever if you really want to, come up with something that's like this but not that. But the third one was just one of those nonstop action films that come at you like a video game.
But that was all of them to me. It was all some kind of villain who was looking for revenge or whatever. It was. They all want to be every JJ movie wants to copy Wrath of Khan, but they can't figure it out.
Well, you've got to, have the background for Wrath of Khan. You can't get to Wrath of Khan if you don't have the original television show with the backstory there. That's the thing. You can't just make a movie and go, okay, we're making a movie and this guy's on vengeance. No, you've got to lay it out. You've got to get there.
I forget. Does he die at the end of Into Darkness? Khan, I mean?
That's a good question.
I know Kirk dies.
You would think I would remember.
Back to Magic Blood, but
I don't know. I was too busy being mad that Spock was in a fist fight. Canadian Spider-Man says, Snorty, I'm off to work. Buddy busy. Buddy
Hooray for pants going to work. Don't go to work without your pants on.
Right. That's the only time Canadian Spider-Man needs his pants. When is Scotty going up the stairs? That's the best part. He really loves that song.
It is surprisingly good. I was wondering, Scotty, now which came first, the video or your song?
The song.
Oh.
The song came first.
Interesting. So when you made up the song, you were just riffing it off the top of your head?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
I didn't know that there was going to be a video involved. That was all Jill's magic.
It's so many interesting images. I mean, were you singing it as you were putting yourself to bed, or just were you on a live stream and just making something up spontaneously?
Jill can probably corroborate this, but I think it was just like a voice memo that I sent over Facebook because I was like, we had our fun. We were talking about whatever we were talking about, and it was like, okay, I got to go to bed. And then I just recorded that, and I was like, going to bed.
Were you recording it as you were going through these?
Yes.
So it actually was happening live. So you found you found a little poop on the stairs. But Baxter was not to blame because Baxter wasn't let out appropriately, or because it was somebody else's poop. Oh, okay.
No, because I didn't let out Baxter, so I wasn't going to blame him.
My assumption was that it was somebody else's poop, but. Oh, Baxter. Oh, yeah, no, that is the funniest song ever. It's really remarkable. It's so surprisingly musical for something made up completely on the spot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It is now immortalized by Jill's editing and animation.
Yeah, well, I am handy with the gifts.
You are.
And you were really creative to sing that song, and now you know all the production information. Yeah, I know that was my song.
That's it. It's over. Go home.
I like that part too, though.
Me too.
The Canadian Spider-Man says that he sent you a DM, Tiger Stripes. I've invited you to co-host the Veneza travel stream tonight with my friend. My friend. No obligation, just in case you didn't see.
Oh.
Sorry, not trying to advertise here, Jill. It's Shore Leave. You can advertise on Shore Leaves. It's not like I have a specific.
Thank you, CSM. I may be there because I know you start late. Yes, I know you start. And tonight is my TV night. It's the only night of the week where I watch television. That is broadcast television.
Wow.
I know. It's CBS. They've got a great lineup. Lineup.
That's the channel.
On Thursdays. They have The one that's the spin-off of Young Sheldon. You know, it's got a very long title. Mandy.
There's a spin-off. I thought
there is a spin-off of Young Sheldon. Yes, it's his brother and his first wife, and that's sort of the part of the joke in the title. Their first marriage is the part of the name of the title, and so the guy playing Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, I think is the title of the sitcom, and then after that comes Ghost, which I do enjoy. I have a feeling I would probably like the UK one even more, but I don't have an opportunity to see it. And then after that comes Matlock, which is surprisingly good. I really love the actress. She's super talented. And yeah, I know. Who knew? I mean, I never watched a single episode of Andy Griffith's Matlock, and yet this show has kind of roped me in. I do like lawyer shows in general. You know, there's some shows I will watch and some shows I won't watch. And in my life, I've kind of watched some lawyer shows, particularly if they have a strong female character in one of the lead roles. And then after that comes Elsbeth, which she was a side character in the television show The Good Wife, which I watched a great deal of. I did not watch all of it, but because at some point I fell off. But I watched a good deal of it. And she is this fascinating character who's sort of on the spectrum, super bright, super quirky, and so it's a mystery show. So there's always a murder, because there's always a murder in a mystery show.
Right.
Unless it's for kids. Sense. So there you go, CBS lineup.
Right. If it's
Thursday
for kids,
night.
it's Ghosts.
I'm doing them a big advertisement here.
Well, there you go. Well, I had no idea that, because I thought the Sheldon show was the spinoff. I had no idea that they were going to go into his adulthood.
It was.
What's going to happen now? When he gets to college age, are they just going to make?
He's no longer in the show. No, this is completely yes about his brother and his brother's first wife and their relationship.
Oh shit, that's weird.
Oh, it is. It's even weirder than it sounds, because it turns out that he knocked her up while he was technically still a child.
Oh my God.
Yes. Well, he lied to her. He told her he was 22. And for whatever reason, I think she had beer goggles on. She bought it in the context of the story. And this is all, it's funny because all of the stuff that was in Young Sheldon was already established in Big Bang Theory, was already canon. So they kind of had to follow it to a certain extent. So and I was not the biggest Big Bang Theory fan. I did not watch all of them.
No, I know. It wasn't.
But there's a lot of backstory there for Sheldon and his family, so it was kind of a natural. And I did enjoy Young Sheldon. I have to say, it surprised me how much I liked it.
It is better than Big Bang Theory. But
I love a family dynamic. And anytime people sit down at a table to eat together, for some reason, I'm there. That's something that really ropes me in terms of television and movies. If people sit down to eat together, I'm like, okay.
Sigvaldison asks, wait, they restarted Matlock?
Exactly. That's what I thought it was going to be, and that's why I was out. And then at some point, it was on again because I was interested in Elsbeth, and I already had the TV on because I love Ghost, and I just left the TV on. And it turns out that it's got nothing to do, as far as I can tell, with the original Matlock, other than the title. But
weird,
well, it's a really interesting premise. The premise is that Kathy Bates' character, she has a family. She has a daughter. Her daughter died due to drug addiction. Because she was previously a lawyer before she retired, she's sort of determined to get the company that manufactured the drug that her daughter was addicted to. It's, clearly something that she just feels like she has to do. And so she enters the workforce again with the intent of doing that. And she tells them that her name is Maddie Matlock, when in fact it's not. So she's always got to hide who she is from the people she's working with, which is another undercurrent that goes all through the show and gives you some more tension and frisson. But at some point, she's talking with her husband, because she goes home at night, and of course he knows all about this. And he says, gee, I'm just so terrified that they're going to call the cops. And she's like, they won't call the cops. What are they going to tell the cops? That Matlock is working for them? And so that's part of the gag, right?
And that, yeah. Okay, I remember her introduction in the first episode where she's like, and my name is Maddie Matlock, and everyone's like, Matlock? And she's like,
the
yep,
show?
like the old TV show.
Yes. But it's got nothing to do with Matlock, so there you go. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good people in it, so. Jason Ritter's in it. I'm always interested in watching him, and la.
What's going on, Nem? UK London update. They're saying we need to fast here during Ramadan, but I'm Catholic. Do I have to fast during Lent as well? How about I just do what I think is best? Yeah, just do what you think is best. Why?
Who are they? The media?
Yeah, who are they?
The mainstream media? The government? Oh my God.
Are they not selling these sandwiches? What's going on?
Yeah.
No bacon.
What's happening?
I don't know. I respect other faiths, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I have to do all of the things.
Right. It should be a personal choice.
Mm-hmm.
I just like that I get, some really good fish on Fridays.
No, I love fish on Friday. I love fish on any day. And I was also planning on giving up candy for Lent, and then, of course, I just absentmindedly ate some yesterday without even thinking about it. And then when I was watching some sort of news, and there was a judge on the news, and she had the ashes on her forehead, and I went, oh no.
you while you're eating your candy.
Yes.
Well, I just mean that fish tastes a lot better during Lent because it's actually being served more, and so it's fresher and softer,
good observation.
flakier, not overcooked.
Mm-hmm. Good observation.
Mm-hmm. I am sensitive to it. Jill Powers, the River Daughter, is here, and also Swift -1. Hello. Also, West Kegel. Everybody's showing up now. It's the government. In the UK, it's always the government.
That's my guess, but, we have a lot of messages that the government has been giving us over the last presidential term that are filtered through the mainstream media. So.
I want a church that tells me one day I have to eat a quarter pounder with cheese.
You got quarter pounders in England? I'm impressed.
They're probably yummier than ours.
I know they do have McDonald's there.
And Canadian Spider-Man loves fish more than Snorty. Wow, that's a lot of love. I love fish too, but
that is a lot of love. I mean, because that's all Snorty eats, right?
Right.
That and the occasional penguin.
Seals. If he can find seals, penguins.
I suspect penguins taste just like fish anyway.
Mm.
Not that I want to eat one. They're just too cute.
No, yeah, they're adorable.
Yes.
Government sucks. I need you to do something about it. Everyone get their V masks.
Oh no, I think I'm past that, I'm afraid.
Well, it's so funny because, people have been saying don't buy American things because of this tariff ridiculousness and whatever. And I'm like, I'm a fan of the United States. I've always been a fan of the United States. And if there's one thing that I know an American would never allow is don't do this. So as an honorary American, I think I've been deemed. I'm just like, you know what? How about I lead my life the way I want to? And as soon as Canada gets a leader, I'll start paying attention to them.
I haven't been paying attention, but my impression is that these tariffs are simply to match the tariffs that that America is already paying, that the United States is already paying.
Mm.
And there's never been a reciprocal tariff. And so it's just reciprocation. As I understand, I have not truly looked into it, but that seems fair to me. And the fact that everybody's got their knickers in a twist over it and their hair's on fire, I'm like, but wait. But again, I have not checked that. I have not.
Well, as a country, you want to export more than you import in general.
Yeah,
well,
for sure.
I think that day's passed for us.
But I think, current mindset in the American government is we've been paying a lot for a lot of people. How about no? How about we don't? And then everyone's like, but you were going to pick up the check. And it's like, yeah, we're not going to do that anymore. Sorry about that. And now everyone's like, well, then I wouldn't have ordered the curly fries if I knew where you weren't buying.
That's why when I pick up the check in a restaurant, I always do it at the end of the meal very quietly. And then everybody's like, well, gee, I would have ordered second dessert if I'd known you were getting the check.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I tell you at the end of the meal.
Second dessert. My goodness, you have hungry friends. Canadian Spider-Man says caught a seal once fishing for halibut.
Oh.
It was a baby. I'll show the pics one day. It would be a snack for you. It was released unharmed, Jill.
Oh, baby seal. So did it, I don't know how you do that. Did it swallow the fish that was on your hook? Is it? That's what it sounds like.
That's probably what happened. Yeah. Well, he was fishing for a fish and got a seal instead. And I'm glad it was okay and didn't get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That's
unwanted piercing.
I want to see the pictures. Unwanted piercing, yes.
Yeah, too darling.
I would have given him all my halibut.
Yeah. I imagine its mother was nearby, probably, like, let go of the fish, let go of the fish. As it's being reeled in.
Oh, that must be what happened. That would have been funny.
Yes.
Nom 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 nom. Oh no.
Yes.
Well, but that's what bears do. You can't get mad at predators.
No, you can't get mad at bears for bearing.
Bear's gonna bear. Suzanne says, I used to be a huge beef lover until yesterday. I had the butcher bring us an 8-pound beef roast. I cooked it, and after eating a smaller amount, no longer like beef. That's sudden.
More information on that, Suzanne. Why do you no longer like it? Because an 8-pound beef roast is not very good?
Could have been just that particular cut.
That's a massive roast. I don't even know where you take that off of a cow. Or a steer, rather, which is usually who they're cutting up. They're usually cutting up steers.
See, it's so strange. For the longest time, up until I was about 40, I loved clam chowder. Clam chowder was my jam. And then one day, I made myself a bowl of clam chowder. And I was like, this disgusting, vile paste, what are you doing? Why do I have to deal with you? And it was just, it was on and off like a light switch. It was just like, it was my favorite.
Wow.
And then one day I had some and I was just like, get it out of my face, never buy it again.
Wow.
That must be just the thing that happens, one day you love a food and then it's gone. James Caserta says, give up, Canada. You're out good. It's not like that, James Caserta, but that's funny.
Shatner will protect us. Actually, he probably won't.
Well, Nim Nim says, I do believe that we may have created a system of measurement, imperial pounds and ounces. So we certainly have quarter pounders. I bet they taste worse than yours.
Not necessarily.
I don't know. It's like,
yeah.
I went to Washington State in 2010, and a friend of mine was like, we gotta go to Arby's. You've never had Arby's until you've had American Arby's. And then by the time we got there, it was closed. But I still haven't had it, but I've heard American Arby's is far superior to anywhere else.
Wow.
I haven't had it anywhere else to compare, but I'd rather, being a Texan, I'd rather just go to barbecue shop.
Makes sense.
It's so expensive. And that's there's a uniformity to barbecue, so it's all pretty much the same. But it's the sides I set a lot of store by at a barbecue place.
Absolutely. Tiger Stripes, could you read this from West Cole?
Sure. I love my Canadian brothers and sisters, but their government really doesn't want to wage a tariff war against the U.S. The POTUS has said every tariff levied by Canada will be met 2 to 4-fold. Ooh, it's a tariff war. Gosh. I keep seeing Trudeau popping up on the mainstream media news, and I'm like, isn't that guy gone yet? I thought they were shedding him. What happened there?
It's so George Costanza. It's like in January, he's like, I quit. Anyway, back to business. And he's just been doing it. And so it's fun for me to argue with other Canadians who think I'm a terrible Canadian. And I'm just like, didn't our leader quit and now he won't leave? It's like when a girlfriend or boyfriend breaks up with you and they refuse to move out of the apartment. Like, it's very awkward and stupid. And so when there are like things that with G7 conferences and meetings, it's like Justin Trudeau is still going through all of the head of state motions. But every time he shows up, I'm just like, I thought you were leaving.
Yeah, he can't resign and then stick around. That's really strange.
Yeah.
I guess there's a thing.
Stone Racket, do you have an opinion on this?
An opinion on what?
What are you reading, a funny book or something? What's going on there?
I'm kind of zoned out. I don't really want to get political.
I don't either, but it's shore leave, so I read a few of them.
Well, it's nice to have that confirmed from Scotty.
Yes.
I voted
yes,
for Cobra.
Yes. Just get out. Just go. You said you were going. Go.
So in other news, Wes Cagle has been a member for 16 months.
Nice.
Brain and brain. Our leaders have no brains.
Yeah.
And Scotty mentioned George Costanza, and that was funny because just yesterday my brother brought up a George Costanza line, because we always see all of these pleas for money on the commercials these days while we're watching our movies, and the commercials come in thick and fast, which drives us nuts, but nonetheless. And my brother quoted a Seinfeld line. He says, it reminds me of that George Costanza charity, the Human Fund, money for people. And of course, the person in question was himself, I believe. But that's sort of what I just assume everybody's doing these days. Human Fund, money for people.
Canadian Spider-Man says Scotty is actually smart enough on this to be our leader. Vote for Scotty.
I appreciate your support, but going back to Batman and Robin, I remember because George Clooney's always been a political advocate, and so there has been times when he's been asked by an interviewer, it's like, so would you ever run for office? And George Clooney just usually laughs and says, no, I do not need all of my skeletons dragged out of that particular closet. I will never, ever throw my hat in that ring. So there's enough live streams to disqualify me for any political ambition.
Oh boy. Yeah, and Nim says, just checked my Ray Harryhausen library for nipples, and yes, Talos, the giant iron statue in Jason and the Argonauts, did have nipples. Nipplegate conspiracy?
No, because he's a statue, and that's classic Greek Roman statuary. Is, if you're topless, you're appropriate. You're anatomically
I guess that's
correct.
What he was.
That seems fair.
I guess that's what he was going for.
That's not like wearing a chest plate.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I put up a poll. If everybody wants to vote in it, but we actually had one person vote for the Enterprise finale. I was so shocked just now seeing this. Let me show off the poll. It's got 22 votes. Yeah. I think I'll end the poll in about 20 minutes, and we'll see which one wins. It looks like All Good Things is gonna win, which makes sense.
Yes.
Is that Deep Space Nine?
No, TNG.
Mm-hmm. I gotta say, I don't really remember them.
You should watch All Good Things.
I watched them, and I don't remember
love it
them.
If you don't remember it. That's I love it when I don't remember a Star Trek episode and it feels brand new.
What was it?
My gut says to go for Deep Space Nine. I actually haven't voted yet because I feel like I'm not qualified.
Deep Space Nine is an interesting close. Is that it's like it was broadcast and it was 2 hours, but basically,
Isn't that the one where? Oh God!
It's all concluded within the first 70 minutes, and the last 20 minutes of the episode are just sort of like a montage of saying goodbye. It's almost like the Muppets Take Manhattan, and it's like saying goodbye. Why is it sad? And then the very end, you get to see Kira and Jake looking longingly at the Celestial Temple, saying, "Come home, Ben."
Well, the Morphe guy, doesn't he go back to his planet and sort of fall into the ectoplasm?
Yes.
Right, in his suit.
That was kind of sad.
Well, that's where he wanted to be. He wanted to be with his people.
I know.
He had to cure them.
Yeah. Boy, you really do have a good memory.
It is. If only I could use this power for good instead of evil. Hello, Mr.
Well, and the cure happened right away too. It was like instant. It was like a Disney movie.
We could have left, right? Or once you go back, are you stuck there?
Oh no, I guess he could have left, but no, he wanted to stay.
Right.
Amanda Plummer wanted to leave.
Oh yeah, we're not talking about. Oh my God!
Come on,
we can talk about it. It is almost Filthy Friday. You can. I don't like Picard season 3. It's so bad.
That's cool. More for me.
All right. Yay, more for you. Gavin Blackburn says all good things, and it isn't even close. Deep Space Nine had the Black Father abandon his son. We never saw Voyager get home. Well, yeah, we did. They did get home. Yeah, no, they did get home. And B'Elanna and Tom had their baby. Everybody got home. And Enterprise was about Riker. Yes, and I agree with you and Canadian Spider-Man that Enterprise was an awful episode because it made it about TNG when it was supposed to be about Enterprise, and it was just some history book that Riker opened. It's not good. But no, I don't see the last episode of DS9 like that. It is kind of sad that happened, but that he Cisco had to be away from Jake. But
well, I'm trying to remember.
But I agree with you.
Yeah.
All Good Things is the best one.
And for some reason, I have a sense that there was sort of mild pushback from Avery Brooks. But again, that was sort of the transition before, you'd have honest special features that would talk about unhappiness and dissatisfaction with a particular role or storyline. And instead of it being the current special features, which are all just like sort of sanitized and public relations, as opposed to actual insight into the
You're absolutely right. He did have pushback on that. He actually changed the dialogue. He had the dialogue changed so that he said that he might be back yesterday.
Yes. It's one of those things that now that Avery Brooks is retired, I'm pretty sure that would be the sort of the last dangling plot thread from Deep Space Nine that I want addressed, and I don't think it'll ever happen. I don't think you can recast Avery Brooks. You can't recast Cisco because Avery Brooks brought so much of himself to the role.
He was wonderful in that role.
Yeah. Second favorite captain.
Yeah, he was
high praise.
And despite that finale, he really was a positive representation of a father and son dynamic, a single father raising the son. Snortopoopas Cuber says, I would have voted for TNG, but I've hated TNG since the stars of the series started being open lunatics.
Poopas, come on. Here's two things. The first is my adage, and it's not just mine. There have been a lot of people who have said you can separate the art from the artist. And this is also, which brings me to my second point. This is why I still enjoy the Naked Gun movies, despite the fact that all three of them are starring a person who was found financially liable for murder. He was never convicted of murder. But yeah, so we get to watch movies with murderers in them. But unfortunately, if you say something stupid on Twitter, you got to automatically just throw out all your Blu-rays.
Well, and the way I look at it is I love Star Trek The Next Generation, and I just put all of these actors in a time capsule as they were in the 1990s, and I don't bring in their current insanity to the thing that I love. I'm not going to let them take away something I like. And they can say whatever they want now. Of course, I don't like them, and I don't like Picard season 3 because none of them are the actual characters. They're just actors coming back for a convention.
Right. Well, and also, if anybody wanted to ease their burden in regards to These Are the Voyages, the Enterprise finale, if you don't like it as a finale, apparently the second last episode does just fine at closing up any of the series. And if you still want to watch These Are the Voyages, just watch it. Watch
right the end.
No, watch it right after the Pegasus 7-season TNG, because it is sort of a companion piece to the Pegasus. Trust me.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, because it's not an Enterprise episode. That's the problem. Yeah. Patriarch of Apathy, hello, and hello to Pop Culture Republic. Really cool to see you guys here. I'm glad
Hey,
you
hey.
decided to stop by. Pop Culture Republic. Could you read this, Scotty? From Pop
Oh,
Culture
absolutely.
Republic.
Hello, all. All good things. A good series ending. Hated the last episode for Enterprise, and I rewatch Enterprise. I stopped before that episode. I refused to watch it. I'm on your side, sir. And
Well,
hi to
and
Dalek.
also, yes, hello, Dalek451. I just saw you there. Hello. What's
Dalek.
Kegel's? Yeah. Dalek's here. Wes Cagle says, I heard they might be making a Janeway series. Just what we need, a series all about Insaneway. Yeah, well, I wouldn't be against it if Secret Hideout would just get out of the way. I don't know, man. I just want somebody who actually wants to make good Star Trek, and I think it's pretty clear they failed and they don't want to do it, and I just don't understand why Paramount doesn't find a new production company.
And I love Wes Cagle's little side eye emoji there. Old school.
Me too. ASCII.
Yeah. But, like, first things first, I thought they already did a Janeway spin-off series, and it was called Prodigy. But also, in terms of the creative people who were involved in the creation, obviously, Kate Mulgrew integral to bringing her to screen. But the two writers that sort of came up with Janeway are Jerry Taylor and Michael Piller, both no longer with us. And so without that sort of creative force, I feel like it'll be something akin to Picard. And while, yes, I'm an apologist for season 3, it's just like without that driving force or without that reverence, I think it'll just turn into the Kate Mulgrew show, which
so now it's just about Kate Mulgrew and how she's broken and elderly and no longer the same, and also
I hope not.
Something with if you say it's going to be like Picard, that's what happened to him.
Yeah. But it's, and again, I think that because as fans, we've been saying for so long, we want to see something new, we want to see stuff that's good, and in typical modern Hollywood fashion, it's like, let's go back and mine the thing that was already successful, and let's hope that we can ride those coattails. And I like Janeway, I like Voyager, but I don't see how bringing her back as like an admiral, is she going to be like the headmistress of Starfleet Academy, even though they're already doing Starfleet Academy, which, bless you, Paul Giamatti, it's the only reason I will watch.
Mm-hmm. Suzanne says, thanks for the early stream. I'm actually awake to enjoy it. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Well, usually I'm on Fridays, but I had to do it on Thursday today. I'm glad it worked out for you.
Can we do show notes for a sec, Jill?
We can do show notes, sure. What's
this Saturday, because we're sort of doing catch up before we fall behind, because next week is spring break, right? Right?
Yes, that's right. And I'm basically going to
probably.
Yes. For me, it is spring break. My kids are out of school next week, so I've got to get a whole lot done because I'm not going to get a bunch done because of all the vacation and family time and things.
And so because we've had to shuffle and we're just, we're master improvisers over here on Anti-Derivative Jill's channel, this Saturday, the members stream is not going to be in the witching hour. It'll be an afternoon. It'll be a sunny time Saturday, right?
Yes, that's right. And that's mostly because I usually have my member streams earlier in the day, and because my family's coming over for spring break also. And I have no idea what we're going to do.
Oh, you're going to have a house full?
Well, no, I'm going to my mother's house, but I'm going to be busy.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how long that's going to take. I don't know. No. Arby's?
Yeah.
No. Like I said, I'm in Texas. My stepdad's gonna barbecue.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And there'll be, brisket and chicken and shrimp.
Does he make the really giant brisket?
Yes.
I was at Sam's Club yesterday, and there's no brisket at Sam's Club that's like under 20 pounds. It's just insane.
Takes 2 days to make.
I have no doubt.
No, but what do you think about doing a Janeway?
Who, me?
Sure.
I watched some of Voyager. It was good. No, I don't. I want to see new stories. I don't want this old rehashed rubbish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's the problem with
they're
Secret
only
Hideout
doing
is
it because they don't have a brain. They can't think of anything new. There's just 1,000 stories and science fiction books and short stories and things that you could work on, and you could bend, and you could come up with something new and do homage. This rehashing of things kind of drives me nuts, and it has always. Even when they were just making sequels to successful films, and like the first one sometimes is good, and then by the time you get to 3 or 4, carrying that momentum's really hard unless you have a really good plan right from the start. And most people don't. They're just out to make that dollar bill. I don't know what to tell you.
And that's what they're trying to do. That's exactly what they've been trying to do as soon as Secret Hideout started. They started off by saying, we don't want to make Star Trek. We're going to make something as far from Star Trek as possible because that's a niche audience and we want to capture everybody. And in trying to do so, they captured no one. And it's just been awful and awful. And then finally here at the end, like the last couple of years, they've been doing Strange New Worlds and Picard Season 3 and trying to make Star Trek, but for the first time ever, and it still isn't good. And for the exact reason that you say, in both of those cases, they're playing on the nostalgia. Also, Lower Decks is playing on nostalgia. That's all they have are the Easter baskets. And
Easter eggs, but
Easter eggs.
It's a basket full of eggs. Roll with it. I like the analogy. It's an Easter basket.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I got to find out if I can still get the complete series of Lower Decks on DVD.
Oh my god!
So you like it?
I think it's cute.
He does. It's but I just don't. My problem here is that I don't think that Kurt's Secret Hideout deserves parody Star Trek. It's not funny. It's not respectful because they didn't even make a good Star Trek enough for them to have the right to make fun of it. And I'd like to make sure I say hello to Devil Flyer Momentum.
Hey.
And also Pop Culture Republic is absolutely correct. He said they're already making a great Star Trek. It's called The Orville. And yes, I mentioned that earlier, and I played Pop Culture Republic. I played a video of Seth MacFarlane's fan video from when he was a kid, and he made an Enterprise set out of cardboard and panels, and
it's really
darling.
Good. It's surprisingly good. I couldn't have done anything like that at 14.
Yeah, I have no
maybe
idea
I
how
could
you
have,
did
but
that.
I mean, gosh.
Well, and it is, it's a triumph of being able to recapture that sort of spirit of the next generation. But also, I've been on a bit of a Norm Macdonald kick for some reason.
Norm.
Yeah, and the thing is that I think that is Norm Macdonald's most dramatic role as Yaphet.
Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, Norm was all about the comedy. Would Norm have taken a dramatic role if anybody had given it to him?
Well, he plays a blob.
It is a comedic role as a blob.
Well,
there's plenty of comedy. There are jokes for sure.
But remember when he goes in and tries to rescue Isaac and then can't do it and then is all upset? And then also when he does the parental role to the doctor's kids? Like, there are dramatic beats in his voice acting that really do carry over quite well.
He had a role in The Middle, another sitcom that I really loved. I think I watched all of The Middle, where he was the husband's brother. And he was kind of this loser guy who was still living with their father. And he was not only hilarious, but there was some poignancy in there. There was some straight acting in there as well.
Oh, and I really need to add more Yaphet in my clips because all I have is this one.
Yeah, I thought these things were supposed to be ragers.
That's one of the best ones.
Can you get when it's actually Norm, when he actually shows up on the Orville?
Oh yeah, when he assumes human form in the environmental simulator, yes.
It's so disappointing. There's no season 3 of the Orville on DVD. You can't get it. It's only the first 2 seasons.
Really? I
Yeah.
thought it was on. It's not on DVD.
No, I'm looking now. At least
not even Blu-ray.
I didn't
I
check
thought it
for the
was.
Blu-ray.
Because I've been looking for The Mandalorian, and you can't find it on DVD. You've got to get the Blu-ray. And one of these days, I'm just going to break down and buy it.
No, you're right. There's no season 3 on.
Oh wait. Oh no, it's an audio. Weird.
Yeah, you'd have to get Hulu.
Yeah, when things aren't available, you got to look out for the bootlegs. You got to be careful.
Yeah, that makes sense. Either way, I'm a big fan of the physical media, as everyone knows. Although, I just encountered my first disappointment with disc rot. I know. It was the first time that it's ever happened, and I just bought it because usually I go to my local reseller, so used DVDs, and I wanted to get Good Night and Good Luck, just as I think that it's an interesting commentary on news. And it's got David Strathairn playing Edward R. Murrow, directed by George Clooney. And so got it. And usually I pick up a bunch of them, and then I went to go put it in the player, and it was like, yeah, no dice. And so I looked at it. It had separated between the plastic, but the foil, the actual media, had been corrupted. So I'm going to see if I can go and exchange that. But that was the first time that I've ever had the degradation.
That sounds to me not so much like what I consider, CD or DVD rot, but just an actual physical thing that happened, like somebody maybe left it on top of the stove or something.
Could be.
I do know that every now and then I get a bum DVD that just won't play, or it plays up to a certain point and then won't go further. I think yes. I had a brand new copy of Princess Bride like that. I had a friend who was very much into the movies, and you can send that back and they'll replace it. And I'm like, if they replace it with the same thing and it still doesn't play, it's not going to help me. And then sometimes I look into things before I buy them, and you look in the comments on Amazon, and people will say, you'll get all these people saying this DVD stops playing at this point, or it turns out that it's not the movie, it's something else because it's some sort of strange bootleg manufacturing error that somehow the company has rubber stamped, and they're just shipping them out this way. I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, every now and then
the reviews are really helpful that way.
So helpful.
Well, and
so I want to make sure before we continue any further to say hello to Sentai Ranger Donnie. He says,
Donnie,
more phenomenal.
He says last morning there was a breaking news that Tom Lamas is set to succeed Lester Holt as anchor and manager editor of NBC Nightly News beginning this summer.
That would be interesting if it was Lorenzo Lamas.
Yeah, no? I've never heard. Right. I don't know who either of these people are.
I'm always interested in, how they change people and that kind of thing. But NBC has such an axe to grind that I actually don't watch them much anymore. At all, just in terms of news. And
I can't say I do either. Tiger Strips.
Yeah, I tend to go to ABC now. I mean, they're not that much less partial, that much more impartial, but they're somewhat more impartial. But NBC is they're getting their marching orders from somebody, and it's weird.
Yeah, there's no problem having some biases, but when it's all or nothing, and there's no
it's just so obvious, so very obvious.
They don't even entertain when they don't even entertain any other perspectives. That gets kind of boring. Pop Culture Republic says, does anyone watch Star Trek Continues? Thought it was an interesting series. Pop Culture Republic. Not only have I watched Star Trek Continues, I reviewed it. I have it under my playlist. You can find all of my Star Trek Continue reviews, and 2 of them include interviews. One of them with Judy Burns, who wrote one of the episodes for Star Trek Continues, and of course wrote the Tholian Web. And she was so sweet. I think she's writing a book, and I need to find out if that book released or not. I need to bring her back if it is released, and because I want to talk to her again. And we had a really good chemistry in terms of interview, talking to her, talking to me. She was
and
cool.
That's the professional level show that was released on YouTube, right? The Star Trek Continues with the different actors playing the original roles.
Yes.
That's
yeah.
I need to watch more of those. They're very good.
They are. All of them lead right into the motion picture.
Wow.
Yes. And
that's amazing.
We had a great conversation with Chuck Huber, who played Dr. McCoy.
Yes, actually, I was going to host that interview, but Pop Culture Curator was so excited to be there that he ended up conducting the entire interview for me, and I let him. And I'm so glad I did that. It was so fun. And yeah, thank you, Pop Culture Public.
Now,
when are you going to interview Shatner? Says James.
Don't we wish? Somebody should just ask one of these days. Somebody should reach out to his people and just ask.
No, if he won't go on Red Letter Media, I have no business.
Oh, well, they broke Red Letter Media, the guy's heart, because whoever is running Shatner's Twitter blocked him pretty early on.
Yes, I remember that.
And he's still crushed about it.
But yeah.
I mean, but Shatner does like women, so I could, if I were on camera, maybe he would shut.
Well, and he's been rather adamant about the fact that he doesn't do podcasts unless he's doing some sort of promotion, and he doesn't like going on.
I've seen him do like 50,000 podcasts. He's a liar.
Although he is a very busy man. He's got his hobbies as well as his professional concerns.
He said that he does it when he's doing promotion, limited promotion, or if it is a friend's podcast. But I don't know. It's like there was that announcement that there have been rumblings in terms of Shatner being asked back to play Kirk, and people have said, "Ooh, Bill's coming back to play Captain Kirk," and I'm just like, I don't want that. I do not want that.
I don't either. We don't want it for different. We don't want it for different reasons.
I saw it teased on Twitter on his account, and I said, and I think my reply was, I don't know. I trust your judgment as to whether the script is good enough or not. If not, okay, but if it is, goosebumps.
Yeah, but they were going to do something in Enterprise where they were trying to get Kirk back, and it was going to be some like the Tantalus field from the Mirror Universe was supposed to send him back in time to some prison planet or something like that, and I was just like, if there is one thing I don't want to see is Mirror Kirk being revived.
We all saw that fan. It's not even a fan film. It was a professional quality. The film they made with the AI just earlier this year. Was it in January?
Unification.
Yeah.
Very confusingly titled.
And that was pretty great.
It was okay.
Your mileage may vary.
It was very emotional. There was no dialogue.
I believe he participated in that.
He did.
Yeah.
He had to, like, even likeness rights. He had to.
I mean,
but
they
that
should
was
have never
Sam
killed
Witwer.
off his character to begin with. That was such a mistake. I haven't even seen that film. I just can't take the thought of him dying.
And that's one of the issues. Even if we had the perfect script, a better production company making it, and we had a way to bring Shatner back without him looking strange, it would still be difficult because he's supposed to be dead. So you'd have to go back to that novel that brings him back, and I guess just recreate that novel. What's it called? The Return or something like that?
Yeah, The Return. It's the whole Shatnerverse. I would say if you want Captain Kirk to return, just go back to the William Shatner penned Star Trek novels.
Yes. Who wrote those? Judith something?
Judith and Garfield Reeves Stevens.
Oh, they're good writers.
Yeah. They wrote Federation as well. When it comes to husband and wife teams, they're right up there with the Okudas.
Yes. Yeah, I can definitely agree with you on that one. So if they follow that novel, choose a different production company besides Secret Hideout, and then I might be interested to see what technology you can do to bring back Captain Kirk.
And since we've been talking, I'm gonna butt in here and tell a quick story. Since we've been talking about Star Trek Continues with its incredible set, and then we got to see Seth MacFarlane's set that he built as a teenager. When I was in college, at some point I was talking with, I was part of a science fiction club, And people said, well, have you seen the bridge? And I'm like, what do you mean? And there was a nearby dorm, Dobie Mall. It wasn't even an official dorm because it was, I think, a privately owned place where all the rich kids, had their apartments. And so they took me up, and these kids had completely outfitted the interior of because all of these, it was a circular tower. So some of the apartments had a circular, wall, and they had built the bridge. It was pretty hilarious. It was just great.
I want to go to school there.
Yeah.
Well, again, this was just one apartment, and I think the original kids that built it had left, and it was they'd taken a few things with them, like the captain's chair, but everything was left in place that they had put in, and they had really knocked it out. It was just, and that was back in the day when you weren't able to go and look at anything like that just because you wanted to. It was pretty, but I was glad somebody had bothered to walk me in, because it was really mind bending.
Awesome. See, they're Metrons. Who are Metrons? Who are the Metrons? From Star Trek. But what's the purpose for mentioning the Metrons from Arena? James Caserta. So, Sentai Ranger Johnny's seen how everybody is. That's always very nice of him. Suzanne says Shatner is getting up there in age. It will be a sad day when we lose him. It's going to be the saddest day. No, I'm not. I try not to think of it. I'm thinking, oh no, he's gonna live for another 20 years.
Appreciate him while he's here.
115. Yeah, I'm not gonna mourn him before he's gone.
Yes, exactly.
I don't want to.
And I hope he's still riding, because I believe that's what keeps him young.
I think so too. See, he's still riding his horses, and he's still riding his motorcycles. Right? Is he? I don't know if he is. At least his horses.
I would hope at least the horses.
Yeah. I'm a bad bear. I hope decay goes before shadow.
You are a bad bear.
That
we
is
don't have
a
to
bad
hope
bear.
that we don't have to weigh them like that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Although I bet decay was jealous when Shatner got to space.
Suck it, Picard. I know it's a fake card, but I would like to believe it was real. I wonder what was really on that. I know. Was it just blank, do you think? Do you think he held up a blank card in zero G just so that people could put anything they wanted on it? It must have said something originally.
Yeah, let's see. Let me find out when Shatner went to space. Card.
But I do love that.
All I get is the meme.
Yes. Maybe it was the meme.
I found it, but it's really tiny.
Mm-hmm. Is it just an ad for Bezos, maybe? Something like that.
Let's see. Oh, it has all the pictures here. So I have to go through each one.
Oh, well. I'll try to hunt it down myself. I don't want you to spend your time searching, although I do appreciate it. Nothing like having somebody to research.
I found it. It just wasn't a really bad slideshow.
Mm.
Yeah, I can't. This is the most important, and no, I need to find a better picture because I can't read it.
Wow.
It's too blurry. It's too blurry.
Wow. That's interesting. So it sounds like Suck It Picard is really an upgrade from whatever this thing said.
Yeah, basically.
If it starts out, this is the most important, then Suck It Picard just is so much more to the point and saying the same thing, really.
Basically. But there's 40 of these pictures, so eventually I'll find it.
Oh. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Just have to find a better quality. Yeah, everybody wrote something. Somebody else drew a picture.
Hmm.
Okay, so Shatner says, "This is the most important and practical concept for space use and for Adeno and saving planet Earth.
So it is an ad for Bezos, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. So memes win yet again.
Memes win. Priceline ad said 6 Walton. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, I like that.
I didn't
thing about the Star Trek
could you read
themed
it?
pub. Yes, please. In Pimlico, London, there was a Star Trek themed pub. The loo door made that special swish noise when it opened. They sold Romulan ale, lots of cosplayers. All the ranks were captain, commodore, or admiral. Well, sure. If you're going to cosplay, you want to be somebody fancy. You don't want to be a red shirt. Unless you're doing a red shirt cosplay, which I saw at a World Con. People showed up as the Red Shirt Brigade, and they were all injured and limping. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, they had that. They did the very same thing at the 50th Star Trek convention.
It was great. This was definitely the first time I think anybody had thought to do that, and I thought it was a pretty brilliant concept.
I think some of the red shirts at the 50th convention, they kind of went the Walking Dead route, so they were kind of zombies too.
Oh, that's...
So then,
that sounds like a blast.
But you're safe if you're in a red skirt rather than a red shirt, because the women are generally not killed, except for that one time. That one was turned into a decahedron. But that sounds awesome. I want to go to this pub.
Yes.
I wonder if that's still there.
He says was, so sounds like past tense.
I don't like the was.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like the was. With respect to Bill Shatner, I'm remaining neutral on his return. Yeah, Donnie, I'm right there with you. I lost a lot of trust in anything Star Trek related, honestly, and I'm just hoping that Paramount and Skydance do the right thing. There are other production companies exist. I think it's time to move on.
Well, I doubt that Paramount will ever let that go. And as long as who's ever running them is pulling strings, yeah.
Oh, that's disappointing. I would hope they put the franchise first over immediate returns, but that's the unfortunate aspect of it. I can't make decisions. I'm not in the... I don't have shares in Paramount, so I can't...
What is GR?
Gene Roddenberry, I think.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Shatner is walking into an ambush. They hate him and Gene Roddenberry. Profound disrespect. And yeah, as far as Secret Hideout goes, you're absolutely right. But I think that Skydance realizes you can't shut out Captain Kirk. What are you thinking? He is Star Trek. I think there is some elements of Skydance that are positive. But
I just don't... this politically correct agenda where you have to review the past by the way we're behaving in the present. It's ridiculous. Yes, when Paramount puts up a massive banner of all the Star Trek captains and Kirk is not front and center, yeah, that is disrespectful.
Right, and that was before Skydance, and now they're bringing him in, but that's not enough, because as you're saying, all the Star Trek that they make today, or all the things that they put the label of Star Trek on, do bring in modern times as if Star Trek is set in today. And what they don't understand is that it's the aliens and the people that the Starfleet encounters that are supposed to represent today, but Starfleet is supposed to show the future. The Federation is the future where humanity has gone past today, and we're more hopeful. There's none of those issues that they keep forcing Starfleet to have. Like, it's just...
And there's also a military professionalism that's...
Yeah, exactly. That's absent.
That's in effect, absent. That's important to the atmosphere.
And I think that's such a difficult... I never thought that was a difficult concept to grasp, that Starfleet, the Federation, are supposed to be in the future. They're supposed to represent what humanity could become and not what they currently are, and that the aliens they encounter are how you bring in the modern issues. But it's such a simple formula that it's frustrating to see it fail. To see them fail at achieving
but
it.
I have to agree with the chat. You know, it's not even that it's failed; it's that they have warped it to serve their own political agenda. You know, and
yeah, absolutely true.
It's
really. I don't know what I need sources on that. Pop Culture Republic says later. Must be going. Enjoy the stream. Thank you so much, Pop Culture Republic. I hope you have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye. And hello to Retro Scotty. He has a channel, and he said, just wanted to say you didn't have to, but thanks for sharing my stream yesterday night. Oh, you're welcome. I do go through my subscriptions, and if somebody's live when I'm going through it, I share their live stream. And it looked like you're on your way to 700 subscribers, so I wanted to help you out there with that. And I know you really like your movies and you like sharing the physical media, so why not share? Actually, I could. Do I have your link? If I have your link here. No, I don't, but I can get it. Let's see. Oh, I know where I can find it. In my community, and it's actually my community tab. When I share people out, it's just as much for me as anyone else. It helps me find things to watch later. So it's my own personal watch later list. And so I can help share out the streams also. So there it is. And you're at how many subscribers? 701. Oh, you made it. Congratulations. Congratulations. Retro Scotty just got 700 subscribers.
Ooh.
But let's give him a few more if you want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was excited to get to my 700 subscribers because I was going to review the movie 7. I had never seen it, and I still haven't because for some reason at 600 subscribers. Yeah, right. Remember when we had that prophecy stream at 666? And so after that, my subscriber count went crazy, and I got up to 1,000 in a couple of days. So I didn't have any chance to celebrate. I celebrated 800, and then I celebrated 1,000. So,
well, 7 is a powerful film.
It is. It's a good number.
It's very much the director's film. It's very much his vision, the way he sees the world, the way he films things within the angles. And I'm forgetting which director. I don't think it's Villeneuve, but it's somebody French maybe. It was good.
It's time to close the poll.
Ah.
Technically, yeah, 701, but you never know. Yeah, right.
Let's one for Deep Space Nine, even though.
Let's get Retro Scotty a few more, because whenever you get to 700, YouTube takes away a few and then adds a few. So let's
wrong.
Get it secured.
What is wrong with them?
Yeah, no, I don't know, but hopefully they don't take any away from you. So I'm going to end the poll now. Let's see, where's my... And end the poll here, and I'm going to put in a new poll. So, what's the best Star Trek series finale? It is, of course, All Good Things from Star Trek The Next Generation, which is actually something I gotta review that. I finally reviewed a bad episode with the Beverly and her candle of Sub Rosa. But I think I deserve a good one. So maybe we'll review All Good Things soon. But I don't know when, because I also want to review a Voyager episode, since this is Voyager's 30th anniversary this year. It's 30 years old.
Wow. Oh my God. That's amazing. God, time flies.
Cinema Gulp says All Good Things. So that's the first poll here. What's the best Star Trek series finale? All Good Things. With What You Leave Behind at 20% in second place, which makes sense. And then We actually got one vote for These Are the Voyages. We're in game. Nobody thinks in game, which is fair. Voyager would make sense. Voyager doesn't rank. Yeah, Sigvaldson. Voyager, 30 years? Yeah, that makes me feel old too.
Yikes.
Voyager should have been the series that I watched when I was a kid if I were smart and watching Star Trek when I was little. But I didn't. Anyway. Sentai Ranger Donnie says this also marks the 30th anniversary of the short-lived Mighty Morphin Power Rangers spinoff, Masked Rider. Wow, I don't even know what that means. Where's the missing 2% of votes? I don't know. YouTube can't count. But I'm going to put in a new poll. Let's see. I've got this document here where I put in another poll I wanted to do. Another Star Trek poll. Oh, was it over here? Let me find it.
New poll. I have no idea where that's coming from. I'm racking my brain like, what is that reference? Why do I want to say that right now?
I don't know, but...
I don't know either.
I think that's getting me excited for a new poll. Let's see, Tribble.
I think it might be Garth somehow.
Oh,
from Wayne's World. I don't know.
Well, Wayne's World.
He was always the great hype man.
He was also a Star Trek fan. He made his own phaser.
Oh.
And was that the sequel? Oh goodness. There's the poll.
Wow.
What do you
I don't know. Tribbles. They're born pregnant. I don't know. Do we need more than one? How about that little poodle dog with horns?
Oh,
they don't look like they're well though.
Well, it was getting split.
That explains it. No, is the Targ the big teddy bear? The giant teddy bear?
It kind of looks like a warthog.
A warthog?
Let me show you.
I'm thinking of the Vulcan.
Yeah, that's a Sailot.
A Sailot! I didn't think of a Sailot. Yeah, I love Sailots. Oh, man.
I would have definitely gone for the big teddy bear.
I need more answers. Oh, well. We're going with this. I thought a Spot. But I should have put a Sailot there.
So I was scrolling for a little bit, and I found out that there's something called the Nacelle Company, and they're releasing some action figures of next generation Star Trek characters. And Jill, I was curious, do you want a Neelix, a Tuvix?
No, but can you send me the link in the private chat? I want to look at these. I want to look at the toys.
I'll see what I can
find.
Send
me toys.
Okay.
This is where I admit I don't know what a Targ is. Are they savage and mean? I mean, of course they are. They're Klingon
They're
pets.
Klingon pets, yeah.
So they are nasty tempered.
Yeah, it's the Targ is the creature that was beside Krug in Star Trek 3 on the bridge of the Klingon cruiser.
They vary in degrees of cuteness.
But what is their demeanor like?
Probably like an attack dog, like a Rottweiler.
Yeah, ferocious attack dog kind of thing.
But very loyal to the person that they belong to?
I would imagine.
So.
Worf seems like them.
Oh, heck, I'm going for a Tribble.
Even though they're
born pregnant.
I want someone to make this like it's shouldn't be difficult.
Those are darling.
No, wait a minute. That's not the creature from Star Trek 3.
No.
Well, I like the stuffy. The original's
the plushie. You like the plushie?
The plushie's nice. Oh, that's not an ugly animal. That's a nice. No. That's like a warthog.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm confused. I thought it was the creature from Star Trek 3.
Well, that one too. That one. Okay, fine. Let's look at
what
that
is the one from Star Trek 3 then? If
not a
Targ.
It's a Targ. It's a Targ too.
Oh, there you go.
It looks a little scarier.
Yeah, I like the scarier one.
He also looks a little slimy.
Yes.
I don't really want to pet him.
Yeah, I'll take the plushie over the slimy thing, but
They also don't look like an animal that you could housebreak.
yeah, exactly. That's a Klingon pet.
O'Brien, Spider, or Spock Sellat. Yeah, yeah. There are so many pets. I just picked 4 of them.
Jill, say la, not sell it.
Oh, right. There is a correction of pronunciation that Spock gives to McCoy.
Say la, and of course McCoy goes sell it, and I'm like, no, say la.
Okay. Oh, wait. Why is Tiger Stripes?
Ooh, I'm front and center. No, I'm famous.
Yeah, Tiger Stripes was
I know.
Screen.
Sigvaldison says, 1 tribble means your house will be filled with tribbles. Only reason I did not choose tribble. It's absolutely true. I mean, now I'm sorry. I would only want a tribble if it was fixed before it came to me.
And that does exist in the animated series. They do figure out how to eventually make a harmless
how
tribble.
How to neuter a tribble. Yeah, you'd have to have your tribble neutered before you let it in the house.
I have 3 tribbles.
I have
Doesn't
1.
sound like too much trouble.
Yeah.
Not yet.
The one I got from
ask him tomorrow.
Back in the 70s from Star Trek Enterprises, and then 2 that I got basically a year ago off of eBay. The Diamond Select tribbles that actually make sounds and move a little bit.
Tempting. Yeah, I always wanted an animated tribble.
Yeah, I've
Snorty
got one.
says spay and neuter your tribble.
Hey.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, help control the pet population. Have your tribble spayed or neutered.
Absolutely.
Cinema Gulp's here. Hey, what's going on, sir?
Yes, hello, Cinema Gulp. Hi, Ben. But before we go any further, you can vote which pet you like in the poll. But also, I want to take this opportunity now that Stone Racket is back to go through the show and tell that he has for us today.
Woo. Oh, also, I need to take this moment to say, Penny.
Penny.
Hi, Penny.
Hi, Penny. Oh, TOS Pike's horse would also be good.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any?
Again, I mean,
Tango, is that the name of the horse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that people own horses, but you cannot housebreak them.
Well, no. You have to refurbish.
But they are. Horse owners do say like they're enormous dogs in personality.
It depends on the horse, but yes, they can really bond with you. Some of them. That's a special relationship.
Even just looking at the production of Lord of the Rings, you found a lot of the actors really bonded with their horses, the horses they were assigned. Targ lives matter. Okay.
That's why Bruce Campbell hates Lord of the Rings. He was in New Zealand filming a show called Jack of All Trades, and they needed 1 horse. And so they called the horse rental company or whatever, and they said, no, you can't have a horse. And so Bruce Campbell, or the production of the show, was like, why? And it's like, Peter Jackson? And at that point, everyone was like, no. Well, he's making a Lord of the Rings movie, and he has all of the horses. And so it's like, we can't have 1? No, you can't. So Bruce Campbell told his story on stage saying, never met Peter Jackson, but I don't like him because we asked for 1 horse and he said no.
Well, I mean, the company that had the horses said no.
Yes.
Wes Cagle says, I picked an Orion girl as a pet. What? Not allowed?
Not allowed.
No, not allowed. Girls are not pets.
Not allowed. No. At lunch with grandkids, says Penny.
Oh, nice.
That's nice.
And Retro Scotty says, can you post the poll again? It might be that you're on your phone and the poll doesn't come up because I don't know why that happens, but it might only show up for you on the computer, unfortunately. So, Stone Racket, are you ready with what you have to share? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's let me figure out what I'm doing here.
Bring it to me. Sir, the quick stop is a store. I can't
we
bring
go.
it to you. Bring it!
You all see the 70th anniversary Godzilla action figure
Ooh.
by Bandai. This is the box. And this is the back of the box.
That's awesome.
And here's the actual figure.
Oh yes, yeah. I was hoping you would open it.
It's a lot like the old model, the old Aurora model, isn't it?
This is a classic. He needs a little support with his atomic breath here, but, but yeah, this is of course the 54, the original Godzilla. It's modeled after, and then yeah, fighter jets.
I love that. That's great.
Fighter jets. You can attack Godzilla with fighter jets, but there is a chance that he'll grab one out of the sky, as you can see.
Of course. Nice snacks. Like a
and then
can of peanuts.
Yeah, I got this parcel just a few days ago, and it also included not only the 70th anniversary Godzilla figure you see here, but also had Mechagodzilla, which is a die-cast metal.
Ooh, it must weigh a ton.
It's yeah, it has quite a heft to it. And here he is. And it comes with a little base. And he has, as you can see, he has a little support for his tail. That's just to make sure it's steady on the base there. But you can stand him up without the base, but I didn't want to take a chance. You can see all those dorsal spine type things. The ones that are directly on his back are actually buttons.
Cool.
That he
so
lights up. Yeah, it makes a bunch of sounds. The chest little thing opens up and then it lights up and also makes a sound. You press one of the dorsal spines on his back, and it plays the Mechagodzilla theme song all the way through from the 1974 movie, and it has different buttons to alter his eyes, and then some other sounds as well. And here he is in flying mode, but I have to admit he does need some help. He needs a helping hand to make him fly.
He doesn't fly on his own.
No.
Of apathy says drooling. Sorry.
Yeah, it's
That's okay. Just mop up. It's very nice.
Then this is the little instruction booklet, easy to read instruction booklet, as you can see. But he requires 2 AAA batteries for all his sounds and lights and whatnot. Now, Jill, did you want me to show some of the mummy stuff, or?
Oh yeah, if you want to, if you got it, if you have it handy.
Okay,
sure. Let's get it all going.
Universal Monsters. This is the mummy accessory set, and it comes with the golden chest you see on the left, and then the sarcophagus. But unfortunately,
the backdrop too.
The Boris, yeah, also the backdrop, as you can see there.
That's very good.
And the action figure is sold separately. I'm sorry to say, but
oh no,
I do have that. And there he is. There's Boris as the mummy, or Imhotep.
That's really good.
And then this is the little golden chest, but the little ceremonial box here that holds the scroll of Thoth is something that comes with the action figure, but they can fit into the golden chest. But there's the scroll.
That is so cool. This is my favorite piece of this entire set, is that little scroll. That is so cool.
And it's supposed to be, you know, all the pictures, it shows it all rolled up, but they just kind of folded it into the box. That's how it came. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, it's supposed to be a scroll. But that's it.
You'll have to re-roll it.
Yeah, and it's stubborn. It won't stay in.
I'm going to suggest that you get straws and
Mhm.
roll it on straws starting from each end. And
Yeah.
then, you know, secure them with bobby pins or
Yeah, I
a
have
rubber
bobby pin.
band or
A rubber band. Yeah.
something not too tight, you know, that won't make
Yeah.
an extra crease on it. But
Right. And this is the other character that Boris plays, Ardeth Bey.
Oh,
You know, it's Imhotep in
reincarnated.
less dried out form. But that's him. And then that's all the stuff that comes with
Wow, super cool.
the figure is cane and then a stone knife and a little lamp there. And yet a smaller version of his scroll. And there he is wielding his knife. But then it comes with 2 different head sculpts and 2 different sets of hands, and that's his mummified hands. And he's looking at them in horror because his life is a lie. He starts
says, "I want
he starts
my
to
money."
decompose just like in the movie, if you've seen the movie, and then
yeah.
even worse.
Wow. Great.
And if you haven't had the
Oh.
opportunity to check out the original Mummy or any of those classic Universal movies, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's directed by oh gosh, his name escapes me.
9-2.
He directed a lot of I Love Lucy episodes later in his career, but I can't think of his name. But
Okay.
yeah, but it was released in 1932, and it after he starred in Frankenstein, that was his next big movie, and then also he was Fu Manchu in The Mask of Fu Manchu, made at MGM Studios the same year.
Fu Manchu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. Directed by Karl Freund.
Karl Freund, yeah, you got it. Karl Freund. Now, did you want me to show the Apollo stuff, the Lego?
Oh, the truck reviewer says hello.
Hey.
Yeah, sure. I like spaceships. Let's look at some.
And this is this is the Ardeth Bey box.
Yeah.
And then that's what you get all with that action figure.
Beautiful sculpts.
And
Wow.
the scroll is taped to his back in a little plastic envelope. So that's,
What?
yeah. Little scroll that comes with Ardeth Bey. This is my Saturn V Lego set that my best friend gave to me for my birthday back in 2019, I think.
Good friend.
But this is all the bags of pieces and a nice big instruction booklet. But I forgot to take pictures of the first set of pieces, but this is the second bag. And I'll just go through.
And it took all these years to build it. So 6 years later, you got around to building it.
I brought in the new year 2020. So I started on New Year's Eve, and then I finished in the wee hours of the morning on I believe it was 2020, January 1st, 2020 when I got done.
Nice.
But I posted these on Twitter after I got done, and I discovered on my timeline that a guy in Britain had just done the same thing. He had built his as well. And so that was funny.
So you made a friend that day.
Yeah, and then my actual Twitter buddy from one of many from Great Britain, he felt left out because he was included in the post, and he was like, "What? Am I the only one that doesn't have one of these things?"
Did he buy one?
That's a good. I don't know if Gary did end up getting one, but
Oh, look at this.
But anyway,
there it is.
Am I going too quick? But
no, not at all.
Okay. Yeah, slowly but surely.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the last set.
And don't call me Shirley.
Yeah. But here it is, all put together.
Beautiful.
And a little closer over there of the command module and capsule, and then it comes with a little dinky lunar lander.
Oh, that's so cute.
And really, really small astronauts.
Oh,
extra minifigures.
And then it also comes with the Apollo capsule, and this is how it looks when it's floating in the ocean, ready to be.
Oh, that's rad.
Yeah. And then a year or so later, I got this set that has the full lunar lander,
as seen in
proper size.
Too.
And
proper size minifigs.
Yeah, exactly. It's minifig scale, and that's it all put together. Fantastic set. And then Scotty, physical media. These are my most recent purchases. The Third Man collectible steel book on 4K and Amadeus on 4K.
I have only had the opportunity to see Amadeus once, and it was in theater, and I loved it, and I haven't revisited it since. Obviously, not original.
Up.
I loved the movie. It was Amadeus. I have such a history with, because I was like, I don't even know what this is. Back in my video store haunting days, I was like, I don't even know what this is. I would just, colorful covers. And it has a very striking poster design, which made it to the VHS. But no, I haven't revisited it. And The Third Man, I've seen a couple of times, but I don't own a copy, I don't think.
Yeah, I have the Criterion,
nice,
the DVD of Third Man, and then I said I was kicking myself because it was before I started collecting on Blu-ray, and I said, well, gosh, they had it on Blu-ray, but it was out of print. But I was able to get the Criterion Blu-ray of The Third Man from a gentleman in Canada, Scotty.
I've heard of it.
Off of eBay. I paid over $100 for it, but it was something I really wanted. But now,
ouch,
it's available on 4K.
Oh, that's hard. That sucks so bad.
But,
when you've gone out of your way to spend real money on something, and then they re-release it, and yeah.
Well, basically, yeah. Well, this is like a decade later.
Yeah.
Or more.
But I've done that too. Like with I'm a huge Hunter S. Thompson fan because I'm a hedonism, but I got one of the first second Criterion Collection disc I ever got. The first was Chasing Amy by Kevin Smith, and the second was Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. And I remember paying like $40 for it at the time, and so it adjusted for inflation, that's probably like 700 quatloos. But then just recently I saw that it was available on Blu-ray, and I was like, oh man, I gotta upgrade. And so but I'm not that's my ceiling. I'm never going to go past the Blu-ray. I'm not going to revamp everything for the 4K, but I do appreciate the cinephiles who do.
Yeah, I haven't, I was going to watch that double feature last night, but I was just really, really tired. So I haven't got to see how The Third Man looks in 4K. I know Amadeus will look spectacular, but I haven't had a chance to see either one myself on my own system yet, so sorry to say. Now, someone asked in the chat if there was going to be a black and white version of Ardeth Bay, and that's a good question. There may be, because all the other Universal Monster figures have been released in both color and black and white. So I would imagine so, but I'm not sure.
Oh, hey, yeah, DJ. That would be neat. And hello and welcome. Before I say hello to DJ, I want to say hello to Brogu, who entered the chat just a few minutes ago and is saying, Amadeus, Amadeus, come and rock me, Amadeus. And I don't know that song.
Oh, you've got to hear that song. That song was the jam.
I've never heard it before, but
I think
do
it came out before the film, but maybe after the play.
Yeah. And hello to DJ Play Nice. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. You got to hook up with that Falco cut. That's the artist who did Rock Me Amadeus, and watch the video most assuredly.
Such a riot.
Watch the music video. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, 1985, so you're forgiven.
Yeah, I was just born, or not yet born.
Anyway, how's your day?
Oh, good. Having a good day. Just having a this has been a great stream so far. Talking about Star Trek. Well, there's more Star Trek news and stuff that we've been talking about, and looking at fun toys. So I've been pretty happy here so far. How about yours?
Just getting started about an hour ago, but I've been listening for maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah, sometimes my day doesn't start until I pick up my children later on. But when I have a stream, it starts earlier. Oh, and it looks like Tiger Stripes needs to be heading out, so I'm going to give you a chance to get going.
Yeah, thank you.
If that's what you want to do.
Yeah, but yeah, I've got to go manage my day, get about some things. But thank you for having me up. Yeah, this is the best. So much fun. Love talking with y'all and the chat.
I'm so glad you gave us some of your time today. It was so good.
Yeah.
Incredible time.
Yes.
And we're going to continue our journey through Middle Earth. So that's going to be fun.
Indeed we are.
I need to catch up on my video editing.
Mount Doom or bust.
Yes, yes. I'm glad you're dedicated to making it there. We're going to make it by November, and then December we're going to kick back and watch the movies.
Yes, I have to start watching the special features now on the films. I realize I really have to start just dedicating myself to that. I know there's so much.
Yeah, the appendices,
take the rest of the year.
as they put it, the appendices. There's so much hours and hours of bonus features. It was incredible.
And that's not even counting the commentaries.
Yeah, there's 4 commentaries for each film.
Oh no.
As well.
Stop. Okay, stop, please. Stop.
Yeah.
Thank you. Please.
Exploring those DVDs is like
I'll never start if you don't
start. All right.
Yes.
Well, but that's the thing. I don't know. I love special features on movies, and while I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan, I would, if I were. My God, that is like a film school in a box.
It is, and it's also a lot of fun. I've listened to bits and pieces here and there. Yes. Okay, so thanks, Jill. Lovely to see everybody. DJ Stone Racket Scotty and the chat. See you soon.
Yeah, see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Tiger Stripes. Thank you. And if you want to follow Tiger Stripes, she's on. Oh, I put it in there. It's not popping up.
No, you're good. You're good.
No, I'm not good because it's not coming up. So let me put it over here. So it'll show up now. So if you want to follow Tiger Stripes, you can find her on Twitter or X at Jess Kyla. And you'll see what she is sharing. Claude Parrish says, my day is planned around the sofa and seeing how much ice cream I can ingest before the guilt hits me. Oh, shit. Or you could portion control your ice cream so you know how much you're eating, and you don't have to wait for the guilt, and then you won't have that feeling that you ate too much, and you still enjoy what you like.
So thank you to Tiger Stripes. This is not the clip that I was going to play, but this is nicer than what I was going to play.
See you around the galaxy.
Oh, yeah, I know what you wanted to play, so I'm glad you picked that one.
Yes.
James Concerta said, I have to see an egg dropped from space on YouTube before I can start my day. Oh, do you really start your day with an egg dropped from space on YouTube?
Well, that goes back to, again, talking about Norm Macdonald. I've been on a kick, and then it also says something about the lunar lander. And Norm does a little bit, and he's like, can you imagine the irony of being the third guy to go to the moon, but he has to wait in the car? And you're just sitting there looking out the window, and it's like, are those fuckers golfing? Jesus. I thought it was hilarious.
Hold on, I'm looking for something. I want to find what James Caserta is doing.
So, Scotty, what astronaut golfed on the moon?
Oh, I don't know, but it wasn't the first mission.
Right.
It wasn't from 11. It was like 13, 14, 14?
It was Alan B. Shepard. That was that's a good question. Was it 12 or 14?
It wasn't the 13th one.
Yeah, we know that. Because I know Alan B. Shepard, I think it was 14 because he was originally supposed to be on Apollo 13, but they got switched. And so that was the most interesting twist of fate there.
Yeah, but it's also like with the subsequent moon landings, it almost seemed like it was PR to a certain extent. Like I know that there were scientific breakthroughs achieved based on every landing, but trying to get the public to care was like, okay, so what are we going to do this time? Golf? Sounds good. And I think
I went nuts when they added the moon rover.
Oh yeah!
Like, all right, a car on the moon, yay!
There you go.
Because it's like Seinfeld says, well, you know why they sent a car up there? Because to show it off to the cat women of the moon.
Exactly.
The chicks that might be on the moon.
I saw it. Michael Collins. Michael Collins, the bus driver to the moon.
Yeah.
That's Kegel in the chat. Says,
Apollo 11,
Michael Collins, loneliest man in the universe.
Yeah. There has to be somebody up there.
Yeah.
In the command module.
I really can't find a good video of it. I'm going to give up, but I'll find it eventually.
Yeah, speaking of videos, the Falco song and music video came after the film was released.
Huh.
Amadeus was released in '84, and Falco's video was '85. I just looked it up. I was kind of curious. I thought, well, maybe it was before, but I don't think I've seen the whole video. I've seen parts of it, but I'd rather watch the movie. Oh, what was the thing about Mecha?
Amadeus. How many noms did it get for the Academy Awards?
8.
And then how many did it take?
Oh, that's a good question. I know it had 8 because it says so on my outside the box. I'm not sure. I know it won Best Picture.
Jordapoopus Q Burr says it's time for the old bear to crawl in for a nap for a while. Take care, every human.
Hibernation.
You take care too. Enjoy your naps, Nerdy.
See ya, Poopus. Thanks for being here, dude. So, Jill, I did send you the Nacelle Company Wave 1 Star Trek figures. It's in the private chat.
Oh yeah. I'll show that in just a minute. James Caserta is asking me to make some sandwiches. I gotta go make sandwiches now. Wes Cagle says we left that car up there with the keys. We left that car up there with the keys in the ignition because we're the only ones going back. America.
Well, but Wes Cagle, and the thing is, discredit where discredit is due. Kind of like Afghanistan. You're just going to leave the keys in the car and leave it there?
Yeah, Claude Parrish says Alan Shepard made his golf club with available parts in the LEM. That's awesome.
Oh, it was a MacGyver. Hey, Claude.
Well, and the MacGyver also helped them. Helped one of the Apollo missions make it back safely.
Oh, DJ in the private chat says that Amadeus, Rock Me Dr. Zaius, was nominated for 11 and won 8.
The Apollo 11 TV movies on YouTube. I saw it back on TV. Very good. And it gives Michael Collins some attention. Oh, that's good.
Have you ever seen From the Earth to the Moon?
Probably not. I need to see so many space movies.
Oh yeah, with the production that Tom Hanks was responsible for. Yeah, I've seen that.
Spielberg, I think.
Yeah, Hanks and Spielberg. Yeah, my younger brother got that box set for me. I hadn't seen it. I didn't have HBO at the time, and so he got that for me for Christmas.
Cool.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
But,
I now need a Mecha Godzilla drone and a Mecha Kong too.
Mecha Kong.
Yep.
Mechanic Kong.
Yeah, that's right. It's King Kong Escapes. You betcha.
There's probably 4 of these that I want.
The lunar rover subcaps were stolen by Amazon women.
The Amazon women on the moon.
Yeah, Amazon women on the moon.
Okay, so Nacelle opens up pre-sale for upcoming Star Trek action figure line. And oh my God, there is a Tuvix. I thought you were joking.
No, I don't lie about Tuvix.
Oh heavens, that's terrible. I don't like it.
I don't know how much these cost, but I think it would be the funniest thing in the world if everyone sends Jill a Tuvix.
No.
We got Valkyris, and when they showed the mock-up for Valkyris, it actually comes with a Genesis.
Oh, really? Wow, but she doesn't even last very long.
No.
You can play with her, and her scene is over pretty quick.
I wish, you know what? I kind of wish that it were Caitlin Dar from Star Trek V, the Romulan ambassador, but that's just my personal preference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. We love Star Trek V. There's some good stuff in it. Let's see.
Where's Kirk?
Yeah, there's no Kirk here.
Where is Spock?
There's no Kirk. No Kirk, no Spock.
Where is McCoy?
No McCoy. We get an Archer, we get Valkyris, there's a Tuvix, Captain Sulu, Jellicoe.
Yeah, there's a Jellicoe. That's interesting.
Jellicoe I want. I don't like Peter Preston at all. I've never liked Peter Preston. Least favorite part of the director's cut of Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, is that they expand that little prick's role. But I do not like him, and it makes... anyway, but that's just me being a jerk.
But Captain Garrett? That's cool.
It is kind of cool.
Real
also, there's another head sculpt that comes with Captain Garrett, and it's when she has the thing poking into her head.
Oh, no.
Oh,
the
yeah. Yes.
Oh. Okay. How do you know that? How do I get close-ups of these?
I just found you were looking for the link, and I found it on Facebook, and so I had to go find something that would be approximate. So I didn't find the specific link that I had scrolled through. I apologize. I failed you for the last time, Commander.
You didn't fail anything. I got it right
There's
here.
the other head sculpt.
Oh, you got it? Sweet.
She's damaged. Oh no.
I had to deal with the cookies.
How much are they?
Damaged.
I guess these are just like proof of concept.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you actually end up getting the final version, it won't look as good as these. Probably, but hopefully not.
These are pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Don't send me a Tuvix. I don't want Tuvix.
I'm not sending you a Tuvix.
Hey,
the Jellicoe comes with the Livingston fish tank, or so it says.
Oh, but he doesn't like Livingston.
Exactly. So as soon as you open it, you just throw it away.
But the fish is. Oh yeah, the fish is in there. I see it. It's a shop. Get rid of it.
These things they're wanting $30 for them. Is that what I saw?
Yeah.
Guess how much the Mecha Godzilla cost, Scotty?
Oh, dude, 60.
$360.
Yeah, man. You know what? And it's funny because I was just looking because I had a conversation with a bartender the other night, and I said, you know, I've got this really bitchin' Captain America shield, and she said to me, "You can't bring it here." And I was like, I didn't even ask. And she's like, "That's a weapon." And I was like, all right. So I was looking around and I was like, so how do I get to carry around a Captain America shield? The obvious answer is you have to have the rest of the Captain America costume. So I looked to see how much that was, $300. Now, if anyone is familiar with the legacy of Scott and my lore and history, is that I've been begging like a man with pencils in a cup for a She-Hulk for months. But when I looked at the Captain America costume, half as much as the She-Hulk doll. And then I was like, well, what else do I want that is cheaper than She-Hulk? So I go over and I check out this uniform in particular, the one that Sulu is wearing, the captain's uniform. $100 cheaper than a She-Hulk doll. And I'm like, I could get such a nerd wardrobe for less than it costs to get a She-Hulk doll. So when I get the She-Hulk, everyone can point and laugh. Not just because I got a She-Hulk, but also you'd be like, didn't you want a Captain America costume? Weren't you trying to get the Monster Maroon from Rathacon? Scott, you simple, simple bastard.
Oh, well, I hope you do get your wardrobe. I think that's way cooler than the doll.
It is way cooler. It also prevents, much like the She-Hulk doll, prevents, losing my virginity. So
Again.
Will this company come out with anything from the original series?
Well, come on, there's Rathacon stuff here. There's Star Trek 3 stuff here. I know you want, but like, how many Kirk, McCoy, and Spock figures do you need, man? Like, they're readily available.
Oh, look, you get a little bat lift.
I have none. What I want is the Gorn.
Look, you get Jesus.
Oh, there is, though. Let me see. I'll see if I can find it. I'm sure that they did that in the Playmates run in the 90s.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about this Nacelle company.
Well, I've got
a deluxe
Wave
Gorn.
1.
Wave 1, yeah. Mm-hmm. There's probably going to be, if they sell really well, they'll probably be, will be up to Wave 12 before they get to the Gorn, probably.
Oh, they got a really good Gorn. But sadly, it's like, again, this is secondary market, so it's like $80.
Yeah, I've got a deluxe Gorn action figure.
Nice.
Also have don't laugh, I have a plush Gorn.
Well, you
laughed. A plush Gorn.
There I laughed. Yeah, I've shown that guy before on one of your streams.
But it's kind of like when I have, like, I've got like 4 Funko Pops, I think. One is Captain Kirk and, like, Shatner Kirk in the command chair, which I really like. And then I've got a Doctor Who. And then and these are the 2 that are still in the boxes. And I know people don't like Funko Pop, but I've got my Don Draper and Roger Sterling from Mad Men, because I think that it is hilarious to own a blatantly consumeristic piece of take your money from a show that was like, we're just trying to take your money, right? So the irony of having those little adorable childlike figurines smoking and drinking on my shelf makes me very, very happy.
Well, when did Wayun eat pizza with chopsticks? What episode was that?
That was Wayun 7. It was the one who defected and ended up leaving with Odo.
Oh, I love that episode. That's my favorite Wayun.
Yeah, the good Wayun. I think it was Wayun 7. Yeah. That is, you know what? And I know that Wayun is a prick, but I love the fact that when the last Wayun gets killed, spoilers for Deep Space Nine, but if you're here and you haven't seen Deep Space Nine, I'm sorry. And the founder, like the head founder, is like, that was the last Wayun that we had. You broke our last Wayun.
Trek reviewer once, yeah. Well, I like it was Wayun 6, actually, not 7.
My mistake?
Yeah, I looked it up. The Trek reviewer wants Gary Mitchell. Ooh, with the silver eyes.
The silver eyes would be rad.
You could switch the eyes.
Dr. Daner as well.
Do they make the kids from it? And the children shall lead? Yes, and also from Miri.
Yeah, that Miri one is the one. I wonder if did they have a Yeoman Rand Playmates action figure? I know that they did. Oh my God, I'm going to start collecting. Forget She-Hulk, everybody. I'm just going to start collecting the Playmates action figures from the 90s again.
You don't like Scotty's nephew?
No, I don't.
All right. I guess.
So
I
what?
don't know
Why
he
do
did.
you? What is it? What? Why?
I can't say that I like him, but I just don't know any reason to dislike him.
He's
If there's a way you...
I guess he stated his post while the trainees ran.
Mm-hmm. If there's a Wayun figure, couldn't they make a reanimator as well?
There probably is. There probably is a reanimator figure. I'll look.
Oh my goodness. There's so much stuff.
I know.
Well, that's it for this. I'm gonna close it.
Yeah, for sure. I've had conversations with, and not maybe I haven't had conversations. I have had conversations with Rob Burnett, but he's had sort of soliloquies and I don't want to say rants, but he's certainly mentioned that back in the day, people like me and Stone Racket, who are oldie Olsons, I know DJ's only 27 and he's handsome as hell. But yeah, like back in the day, if you wanted something, you had to go out and find it. You had to go to a store. You had to know who was the supplier. You had to find it. You had to go out into the wild and be very, very quiet because you were hunting bunny rabbits. But now everything is a pizza. Now all you have to do is be like, I wonder if they made a toy of that. And yes, they made many Reanimator toys. NECA made.
Well, there's your answer.
So yeah, no, Jeffrey Combs comes in several 6-inch plastic varieties.
Is that green liquor Archer's holding? Yeah, I don't know why they had Archer with all that liquor. Like he had champagne, he had green stuff. He was just ready for diplomacy. Yeah.
Maybe you guys don't have that commercial.
We do. We do have Sunny D here.
Oh, okay, that's great. Speaking of which, I want to start a new endeavor for you, Jill.
Okay,
and
what is that?
Well, I think that, first things first, I'm going to have to work on the title. But, because you've expressed interest lately that you wanted an USS Enterprise, but you wanted the Galaxy class Enterprise. And so I thought it would be fun. And maybe we could ask Tony from Stark of Iron to edit something together for this. But we have to make a little commercial that says, "Give Jill the D." And that's
there's a very specific D that I want, though.
Okay, wow. I didn't know you were going to run with it that quickly. So tell us about the D that you want.
It's still rumored that Lego is going to make an Enterprise D, and that's the D that I'm...
That's the D you crave.
Yeah. Oh, look at the little gourd. Yeah, see that's the gourd.
Yeah, I have there's a Funko Pop there on the left of the Gorn.
Sure.
And the plush Gorn with authentic Gorn sounds.
Oh, he makes sounds too.
Yeah.
That's so
yeah,
cool.
He hisses and he laughs. It's all from the original episode.
Although
Arena.
that figure on the right is the best out of all.
Yeah, that's the Bindi fig.
That's cool.
Of the Gorn. And then this is the deluxe Gorn that I got many years ago, but mine's still in the box. I only have one of them, but that's what he looks like. And he comes with those accoutrements.
I shall be merciful and quick.
That's right.
Sometimes I just forget how old Joy Behar is. Sorry.
Favorite ship, Sigvaldison, is the 1701 Enterprise, the Constitution class. And oh wait, I have exactly what you're saying here.
I do like the NCC 1701A, the one from the movies.
Yeah,
the A and the refit.
Yeah.
Both of them are pretty.
They're both cool.
No bloody A, B, C, or D.
Well, here's a question for you. I appreciated when they made the Enterprise A, and it logically presented itself that there would be an Enterprise B, a C. They make a joke about it in First Contact, where it's like plenty of letters back in or left in the alphabet. But like, are you when they introduced the idea of the Enterprise J, I was like, yeah, we're getting too deep in the alphabet for me to take this seriously. And I think about like the Enterprise Q or the Enterprise W. Like, at a certain point,
there's even a quote that there are plenty more letters in the alphabet.
Yeah. But like, isn't there a point where you just want them to stop and reset? Like, what letter is it? Like the Enterprise? Well, there was an Enterprise F and an Enterprise, like the one at the end of Picard season 3 is the Enterprise G, and I'm like, what up, G? I just can't take it seriously.
I would have stopped at the letter E.
Yeah, like 5 and out.
Yeah.
Like, what would you do? Would you just go straight back to Enterprise? Like, do you change the registry? So instead of it being NCC, do you make it like NC1 1701, and then start
that would be
doing
less
it?
Ridiculous, yes.
Right.
You know, I think I've said this before, but when I was a wee lad, my friends and I, or my fellow Trekkers and I, we always thought the NCC stood for Naval Construction Contract.
Ooh.
And it turns out that was totally wrong.
No, it's true. What does it mean?
All I know is that with Matt Jeffries being a pilot, I know that registration numbers on aircraft begin with the letter N. And so he went with that.
Right.
And then of course the 1701, he wanted the numbers to be easily read on the models that they were using with the technology of the time. So that's why he kept it 1701. But the CC, I'm not sure, what all that might be something to do with aviation registry type stuff, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me.
No, from what I understand, it means nothing. Now, here's my problem with the Enterprise E, is that I like the Enterprise E, but the early sort of concept design for it was, instead of having like that spoon-shaped Voyager saucer section, it was actually a circle. Like, it was more like the classic Enterprise. It was everything that you see in all the junk in the trunk, but with a circular, a circular saucer section, which I think would have looked great. But then they went with the, I guess, ovular. Sunshine Donnie Ranger in the chat says, because Jill is muted, but she doesn't know it yet, the Enterprise refit is among my honorable mentioned Star Trek starships and pop culture vehicles. My number 1 is the D. That's right, Sunshine Ranger Donnie digs the D, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, man. My number 2 pop culture vehicle, the Astro Megazord from Power Rangers in Space. That makes sense. I would have thought those would have been flipped.
No. NCC officially stands for Navy Curtis Craft, says
Who's
West
Curtis?
Cable. But Dick Baldison says Naval Construction Contract.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yeah. I guess we're all working it out. It's never been established in canon. It's never been said on
At least
screen
according to both
for.
The Making of Star Trek and the second season Writer's Guide update.
I'd say if it's in the Writer's Guide, that's fairly official.
So go back to what Wes Cagle said, NCC. What did you say? Navy Curtis Craft. Okay, gotcha.
But again, who's Curtis?
Yeah.
Who is Curtis?
Naval Experiment makes sense for NX. I like the NX as a prefix.
My favorite 2 starships would be the Constitution class from the original series and the NCC 1701A, and that's it.
I celebrate the first 5. I like them all. It's difficult for me to choose.
Like
aesthetically from the outside, I love the sea. No, I like the Excelsior Class B. Like I like them all. Like all the first 5 and the NX.
I'm really picky. I just like now when we heard all of us Trekkers heard before the motion picture came out that they were going to update the Enterprise. We're all like screaming in horror. It's like what? When I saw the early artwork for what they were doing, I just went, oh yeah, that I do like that. I like that.
Oh,
we're DJ.
Yeah, DJ. If you can, come on back. If you gotta go. Oh, he says I'm out. Have an awesome day. Oh, okay.
Well, thanks for playing.
I hope he didn't get upset with all our Trek talk.
I think it's because I brought up so much of the D.
There's too much love for the D here.
Too much D here.
Too much D. Yeah, I do not like the Picard ship. The Enterprise.
I'm
D.
so sorry about that.
The TNG, I didn't like it from day one.
No, I like that one.
I don't like it at all.
A lot of people didn't.
But I put up with it. The Voyager actually is not too shabby, even though isn't that one with a kind of an oval? Yes. It has an oval. Yeah, that one's not too bad, but yeah, I'm a purist. I like a D for demented. I like.
I like the
original
Enterprise
design.
D. When you said I don't like. When you said I don't like the Picard ship, I thought you were talking about Star Trek.
Well, the reason I say the Picard is remember that episode where
who watched the Watchers?
Yeah, where the people they refer to Picard as the Picard.
Yeah.
And so ever since I saw that episode when I was talking with my fellow Trekkers, I go the Picard. And so
well, I like that episode a lot. That's a good one. I'd love to review it.
Yeah, I don't remember it too well, but I didn't think it was too bad of it. Isn't that from the 3rd season?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Anything from the 3rd season on, I'll be pretty happy with. But I haven't seen so many of those episodes for so long.
Well, there's some bad ones too. We
gotta
cover the good ones. We got to cover the bad ones. We got to mix it up.
I have it on, as you know, Jill. I have TNG on Blu-ray, and I just haven't gotten around to watching beyond disc 1.
Well, we might start going in patterns. We did Sub Rosa, so we get a good one next time.
Yes.
Yeah, but yesterday's Enterprise, I've seen that. And let's see, was it Best of Both Worlds, parts 1 and 2, because they had that marathon of the top episodes, the top 5 episodes that voted by fans.
Well, on the Blu-ray, you're in for a treat because there's an extended, there's like the director's cut, quote unquote, of Measure of a Man. Where Data is established as being, sentient, and a free Federation citizen, but also audio commentary from Melinda Snodgrass.
Huh.
Oh, Melinda Snodgrass.
I'll have to check that out.
Well, one good episode.
Yeah, that's one of the best episodes, definitely. And we all love our Data.
Until we go over.
But when Brent Spiner.
Oh, but then the next month we'll get more Data, so we'll be okay.
When Brent Spiner, goes overboard, it's like, hey, I want to sing. Hey, I want to laugh and do. It's like, stop it. Stop being overindulgent.
I want to tell jokes.
I'm friends with Joe Piscopo.
That episode I refuse to watch.
I love that episode. The Outrageous Icon is one of my favorites.
Yeah,
I wish they would have went with Rodney Dangerfield. I think it would have worked with Star Trek way better.
Oh, Wow,
I wish it had been Robin Williams.
That would make
because
a must-watch, Jill, if it was Rodney.
Robin,
And then
there
Robin
were
Williams would be interesting. Yeah.
there were a couple of episodes because Robin Williams was such a fan of Star Trek, and also he sort of had a foot in the door because of Whoopi Goldberg as well, because they had been doing comic relief for so long. And I think he was supposed. I don't know about the most toys because I know that there was the guy who starred in the television show The Wizard, and he was a man, a smaller man, a little
he's
person, if you
from
will.
Time Bandits.
Yeah. And he was supposed to be in the most toys, and then he sadly passed away. Well, he sadly had his circumstance happen. And so for some reason, I know Saul Rubinek jumped into that one, and he's amazing in that episode. But for some reason, I want to say that Robin Williams was supposed to be in that as well. And then he was also supposed to be Berlinghoff Rasmussen in I forget the name of the episode, but it's the one,
Matter
time
of
travel.
Time.
That's the one. And he was supposed to be there for that, but he couldn't make it because he was shooting Hook.
Oh, darn. I think that's the one where we would have actually gotten him.
Yeah.
That's a shame. That was a fair episode too. And it would have been made better with him.
Yes.
Scotty, have you seen Babylon 5, or you haven't seen that yet?
I'm not in any capacity that I can even really pass judgment. I don't know the character names.
I mean,
except for Garibaldi. I know Garibaldi.
I mean, is that something that you might check out later on?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so.
It's really good.
I'm not against it. I just don't. There are other things that I'm.
Yeah. Basically,
the list gets long.
It's not something that you're like, no, never. Right. It's just okay. I just wanted to see, because if you were that way, if you were like, no, I don't want to deal, that's okay too. I mean, I just was curious to see where you stood. That's all right. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. What about you, Jill? Have you watched it?
I've seen the first season. I enjoyed it. I just need to go back and watch more, and maybe I'll do it one Friday that I feel like, when I feel like it. I'll just do it.
I have that on Blu-ray as well. When it first came out, I snagged it, and that's something I need to revisit. But I'm glad they released it on Blu-ray.
I think that if I watch a season of Babylon 5 before I watch a season of Stargate SG-1, Jill will come to my house personally and punch me in the face.
Oh, you want to review some Stargate? Let's review some
I don't
Stargate.
want to. I'm just saying.
Excuse me.
Come on, Scotty. Babylon 5 is awesome, especially if you like Star Trek.
Yeah. I liked how the producer dealt with the main character, the actor playing Sinclair. He took off, and then he got Bruce Boxleitner, and then he made it all work, because that actor came back, and it's totally awesome when he comes back. But
I've heard the story of the actor.
Oh, go ahead.
The actor who played Sinclair, like, from what I understand, he had medical issues, and so he had to step away from the series. It wasn't a matter of recasting or anything like that. And I guess it was J. Michael Straczynski maybe, I know he was the creator. I don't know if he was the flat out showrunner. I'm limited in my knowledge on this, but it was one of those things that the actor who played Sinclair was like, okay, this is what's happening. Do not tell anybody until I die. And he kept that promise, and he was like, "This is why you left. Sorry." But it was a difficult production, just based on. I want to say that it was dementia related, but I don't want to be a downer. Well, I'm not 100% sure.
Well, the actor is brought back, so
as a goodbye kind of thing.
So he, I'm not familiar. So he passed away shortly after that, then.
So around there, but there were complications.
Oh, that's a shame. I didn't realize that. Yeah, I didn't
knows.
realize that.
See, I don't want to be disrespectful because, again, this is.
He had schizophrenia. Gavin says.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. But I like the way they handled that in the show. Yeah, it was interesting, but yeah, that the fascinating series. It's got some cringe moments, but overall, I really enjoyed that journey.
I just got to step away for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
when Scotty comes back, I'm going to have to step away for a minute because I need to take a little break, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do. So Wes
Oh,
Cagle
go ahead.
said that. Okay, so referring to what we were talking about earlier, Navy Curtis Craft. It's called Navy Curtis Craft because, from what Wes Cagle found, it's referring to the fact that the design and construction of the cruisers was a combination of the Navy's and Curtis Industries input. Curtis Industries. Okay, that helps.
Well, that is that a thing, or is that just
It sounds like it's a thing.
part of the fictional world of Star Trek, or is there actually a Curtis Industries for real? Is what I'm trying to get at. And do they work with the Navy current day or back in that time period? That's what I'm curious about.
That's exactly what I get from this chat is that it is.
It is a thing, and at least back then during the production of the original series.
Let me see.
They may still be around.
NCC is not naval construction contract.
Right.
So, okay.
That's what I thought when I was, in 5th and 6th grade. Me and my buddies that loved Star Trek. Naval construction contract.
Matt and G thought the 2 C's looked good.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
There you go.
He thought the 2 C's looked good.
Yeah, it looks good.
Look, let me show you what I'm looking at here. It's a collectingtrek.ca. Trektennial number 14. I guess that's a magazine or something. A fanzine. And the letters grew from Gene Roddenberry and Matt Jeffries' brain. N was adopted by the United States around 1928 as the letter identifying that country.
Right.
C came into use at that time also and stands for commercial. And the third C was purely for aesthetic reasons. Yeah, so they look good. Navy Curtis Craft was not allowed because, after all, the Enterprise is not a Navy Curtis Craft. We also didn't allow Navy construction contract. What?
Oh, wow.
Jeffries later told BBC a slightly different version of the origin story, and I take this answer to be definitive. ANSI, by international agreement, stood for all United States commercial vehicles. Russia had wound up with 4 C's. CC. It'd be pretty much a common opinion that any major effort in space would be too expensive for any one country. So I mixed the US and Russian and came up with the NCC.
Ah, there we go. Okay, we're going to go with Matt Jeffries, what he told the BBC.
It's interesting. It's interesting that editor Susan Sackett specifically says NCC does not stand for Navy Curtis Craft. If you Google NCC, you'll see that explanation posted widely. Here's a modern example. According to both the Making of Star Trek, the second season's writer guide, NCC officially stands for Navy Curtis Craft, referring to the fact that the design and construction of the cruisers was a combination of Navy and Curtis Craft inputs. Curtis Industries will be an industrial shipbuilder located in San Francisco. So fictional.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Well, that confuses it completely then.
That has fulfilled.
We got no, it doesn't stand for it. Oh, but by the way, it is here in this book and in our writer's guide.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, I need to step away for just a few minutes. I shall return.
That's why I hurried back.
This is really. I'm just enjoying reading this article, so I'm happy.
Would you like Would you like a moment alone?
Yeah. I'd like a moment alone with this article. An industrial shipbuilder located in San Francisco that has fulfilled many Starfleet bid projects. The Navy was responsible for transporting the components into low Earth orbit and assembling the ship in space, not on Earth. JJ, you fucking idiot. Okay, where's Gorilla? Today is the day you should have bought a lottery ticket. I'm sure you lost yesterday because I didn't really curse. Ass isn't a curse word. This is not stated in the TOS show Bible, and if it is in the making of Star Trek, I cannot find it. So, now that this is confusing because somebody's saying it is in the show Bible and it is in the making of Star Trek, but this person who's made this article said no, it's not. So we're gonna need some citation needed. And if that's not confusing enough, Wikipedia gives yet a third version and includes naval construction contract idea that Sackett specifically ruled out. The ship's registry stems from NC being one of the oh god, I'm not reading Wikipedia. It's written terribly. But anyway, yeah, we already know Susan Sackett said no, so we can ignore that one.
Well, there you go.
All of which means that this was not the best trivia question to select. The issue asks for the best artwork. Okay. Oh, what is this? Why is there a poem here? A poem by J.M. Sorison. What is this about? I'm a prisoner of something that is making me a wreck. It calls me every weekday to come and watch Star Trek. Oh, the thrill it gives me. Mr. Spock's ears, Captain Kirk's harem, spread over countless light years. The things that they encounter when they travel far and wide. Aboard their spacious starship, the USS Enterprise. It fills my heart with joy when I watch them every day, for I find that after Star Trek, all my tribbles have gone away. That's really sweet. I like that poem. And then they also drew all the stuff on the side here. I like that. And there's the crew. Why are the women scratching their heads?
They're confused.
I don't know. I think I'm just reading a Star Trek magazine now. Sorry.
That's fine.
But I was curious, and now I'm even more confused. So we need page numbers, Wes Cagle. For word. Alright. Anyhow, that was fun. Voyager is a nice compact shape. Seems practical, says Sigvaldson. And I'll tell you, someone else who really loves Voyager ship above all else is... His name is Tyron. Tyron and Rennie. So, Rennie's Tyron. He really loves Voyager the best.
But when you say that it's practical, like, one of my problems with the Voyager, even though that it does look cool, because they tried to do stuff like with the biogenic gel and all that jazz.
Yeah, it kind of is interesting, but it's also kind of gross, and Neelix's cheese makes it sick.
Yeah. But then also, like, and I know it's there for people to be like, oh, that's an interesting revamp of the design, is what, like, I don't like the shifty nacelles. I don't like that they have to put them in like, put your S foils in attack position to go to warp, to warp. I always thought that was gimmicky and not necessarily very practical. After 100 years of space flight with the pylons and the nacelles, now all of a sudden it's got a wiggle.
Yeah.
Just
look
cool.
It was just changing it for the sake of it.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, I still, I'm not angry at it. I just think it's somewhat. If I do stop and think about it, I think it's somewhat silly.
It's not my favorite. Actually, I have a short. I never play this short. Yeah.
Let's go.
I forgot my favorite ship, so let's find out. Right here. Share screen.
Oh, right. I forgot you did this. This is great.
There's no sound, but that's okay.
Didn't someone get like upset with you in the chat about this? Like in the comments and being like, I can't believe you put that as number 1.
Oh yeah. That was Tyron. Oh wait.
Oh, okay, there you
go. Okay. Where's my sound?
It is. I don't know.
Oh, there it is. Okay. That's in. What? What the hell? Hello in there. That's not right. There we go. Yeah, see that's Tyron was mad at me for making Voyager number 10.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it goes by so fast. I think I had to fit this under a minute. Voyager's I called it homie. Okay, anyway. Why did that? Okay, I keep messing up here. I'm not good with shorts, guys. Okay, then my number 9 is NX01. Yes, I like it because of that.
I really wish they had done the secondary hull.
Yeah. Then they have Romulan Bird of Prey. Number 7, Klingon Bird of Prey. And 6 is the light ship from Explorers.
Oh yeah.
Enterprise A. Yeah, I kind of cheat by putting Enterprises over and over. 1701 Reefer. And then 3 is the Defiant. And Phoenix. I gotta have the Phoenix in there. The first warp ship. And of course the original. Which I found this really cool video that they did new effects that I like. Anyway, that exists.
Yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Well, that's the explanation I found. Have to defer to the guy that works on the series, though. Yeah, exactly. But honestly, Wes Cagle, I agree with Stone Racket. I found that entire article so completely confusing.
Yeah, because you get Matt Jeffries' explanation, but then making of Star Trek, and then the writer's guide, you get another, and it's like, well, wait a minute. So, oh well. I guess we'll have to go with Matt Jeffries. He had the final word.
I have to read the entire. Well, I was doing a review series of the entire Bible. I need to read more of the Bible and see if it's in there, because it's going to take a lot less time to read the Bible than it will to read the making of Star Trek. Although I could just search.
Well, the Bible is 66 books, Jill.
Oh, I mean the writer's guide from Star Trek.
The writer's guide from Star Trek Bible. Ah, there you go.
Yeah, that's a different Bible, yeah. Curtis did the P-40 Warhawks in World War II. So it is a real company, but I think they're using a pretend company in it, according to that article. But yes, there's a real Curtis Industries, which makes things even more confusing.
Isn't that a Curtis engine? Did they do the engine for that? I think. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. Zordani. Oh, wait, we're supposed to check out Zordani.
Zordani?
I guess it exists, so I guess it's something I have to check out. Where is it? He says... Well, I'll have to find it. Let me find it in the chat here. And then we'll share it and see what it is. Wait, what? Why would you send... It's a Bluey? It's a Bluey Lego house. That my daughter would love that, but why are you sending it to me?
I got a.
Maybe that's why. That's why, because I have a daughter.
I got a talking plush Bluey for my great niece for Christmas, because she's really into Bluey.
Yeah, who isn't? Like, if you're under the age of 8, you're into Bluey.
Yeah.
So, Nim says Curtis did the P-40 Warhawk in World War II. That's the plane used by the Flying Tigers in China by the U.S. in World War II, if I remember correctly. You just remembered that? That's incredible that you just remember that. And I got to continue my Babylon 5 binge on Tubi at some point. Gosh, there's so much to watch, so much to
if it's on Tubi, there you go. Hey.
I might just watch it on my own. Dick Valdison says, Scotty, yes, the movements of the USS Voyager's nacelles, the warp engine pods on either side of the ship, is indirectly related to its atmospheric capabilities.
Huh. I did not know.
Me neither. This is a load of laughs. I'm glad you're laughing, DJ Nate. I think you misgendered that poor Romulan warbird, but I might have misheard. I might have. Interesting facts. Oh, and Wes Keiko's giving us his top 3. Number 3, Enterprise B. Number 2, the Battlestars, original Battlestar Galactica. Number 1, BBY Yamato, Space Battleship Yamato. Oh, thank you for the top 3 ships. Definitely cool. Way to go. Engine for the P-40s was Allison, early versions. Rolls-Royce Merlin, later versions.
Ah, there we go.
Yes, I love the original Romulan warbird from Balance of Terror. That's exactly why it's on my list. And I did not show the TNG one. I don't dislike the TNG Romulan bird of prey, but
I do.
Nothing's more beautiful than the original. Yeah, see?
Yeah, the original. They could, kind of spruce it up a little bit, but the basic design is fine. I mean, Hua Chang designed that, and unfortunately, it was a situation of a one and done kind of deal, and when they wanted to bring it back in the 3rd season, the model was no longer in existence. So
Sentai Ranger Donnie has a top 3 too. Wait,
go right ahead.
Finish your thought, and then
that's why they went with the Klingon model kit to give you your multiple ships for the Romulans. They adopted the Klingon design because we're cheap and we're just going to use the.
They just decided they wanted to change the aliens, and then now they both have cloaking devices because they share technology.
Yeah, that really drove me nuts. If I were to redo things, I would just say nope, that didn't happen. And the Romulans are the ones with the cloaking device. Period. The Romulans are the ones with the bird of prey type ship.
I'm okay with that.
But we'll have to just, okay, the Klingons, they can cloak too.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like.
How else is Christopher Lloyd gonna hide?
Yeah, right. I mean, in the movies, it's just it's a lot of fun, and they're a bird of prey. That eventually the Enterprise crew hijacks. That's all really cool stuff. So there you go.
Sentai Ranger Donnie says his top 3 pop culture vehicles are the Millennium Falcon, the Millennium Falcon at number 3, Astro Megazord at number 2, and the Enterprise D as number 1. So, okay, if Lego does release an Enterprise D, Donnie, are you getting it? Because it's going to be expensive. It's going to be really pricey.
Well, one thing I want to get, but I never will, because I just don't have the room, is the Playmobil Enterprise set.
Yeah. But you can make room by just hanging it on the ceiling.
Yeah.
You can't play with it.
But it's like, then I can't play with it.
Well, you can put it on hook. Well, what Mark D with the C does is he hangs it with fishing wire so he can bring it down and put it back up.
There you go.
Because he runs out of room too.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of fun. I was thinking, no, my great nephew is really into the Playmobil sets, and I was thinking, should I get him the Enterprise? but I don't know if he has enough room. Because
that's
the
a
way
good
things,
question.
because he's got Lego sets, and then of course my nephew Ben, he's still living at the house, and he's got one of the spare bedrooms just totally full of Sideshow collectibles and Legos. It's like, oh, my brother-in-law is going to have to build an addition to the house or all those collectibles.
Well, yeah, that's what that means. A new room. Build
Yeah.
a new room. Nim. That's that. Nim's top 3 is at number 1, Enterprise A. Number 2, Liberator from Blake 7. And number 3, The Eagle from Space 1999, which I still mean to watch that. Oh, that reminds me of something else. But you know what? We're not going to tell him until it comes in the mail. I don't want to talk about it until you get it. That Space 1999 reminded me of something. But yeah, okay, never mind. Stone Racket. Pretend I didn't say anything. Wes Cagle says, yeah, the Klingons got the cloak in the tech trade treaty where the Romulans got ship designs like the D7, seen in the Enterprise incident. Oh, and that is.
Well, yeah, you can hand wave it. You can do this and that. It's from the 3rd season where all that stems from, and it's like, I just kind of go, I don't really want to. Well, anyway, it's too late. But if I were to do things over, I would. But that's just one of my pet peeves. But I will accept what Wes Cagle is saying as canon.
It is canon. Not all of the 3rd season is bad, and in fact, the Enterprise incident.
Correct. Yeah,
the Enterprise incident.
That's one of my favorite. That's a top favorite of mine.
That was Bird of Prey 5's favorite episode.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, it's my top favorite from the 3rd year because that was awesome seeing that when it was brand new, because you're like, what the hell's going on with Kirk? What's the matter with him?
He looks different.
It's a Mission Impossible version of Star Trek.
Okay. Well, I had a lot of fun today. I would continue, except it's 2 p.m. and I gotta start getting ready to go pick up my children. So,
most important.
Yeah, they are the most important people in my life, and so yes, I've got to remind them that that I love them and everything. But also, I can't leave them at the school. The school won't keep them. So let me put in the links.
Now we just get your son to really, really love Star Trek.
That's what I want to do. I tried. He doesn't like Star Trek. I tried to put it on. He's like, But then I put on. He likes Red Dwarf. He likes Doctor Who so far.
Oh,
but I haven't. It was the new Who.
The new Who.
I'm watching that. Yeah.
Oh, you mean like David Tennant?
Yeah, David Tennant. I'm on Doctor 10 right now.
Yeah,
season
I
4.
love the classic Doctor Who. My favorite, of course, Tom Baker.
Yes, everybody tells me to start with Tom Baker, so eventually I'll circle back around to Classic Who and see what's up.
Yeah, Tom Baker is a lot of fun.
We got Stone Racket. You've got your Twitter. Let's start with Stone Racket. All right.
There.
Oh, that's my Twitter. I recognize that. Yeah, when I first joined Twitter, I was using Largo as my alias, and my avatar was Largo from Thunderball. So that's why my handle is Largo 6583. Of course, the original Largo, Emilio Largo, is from the 1965 Thunderball movie, and Maximilian Largo from Never Say Never Again from '83. So that's why I have it like that. But now I'm the cat on Twitter, And I have Robert Loggia as my avatar from that classic series, T.H.E. cat.
Oh.
But yeah,
I'll correct that next time.
yeah, you can find me on Twitter there, and if you want to look at some of my past writings, you can go to columbopodcast.com. On that discussion forum, I posted there as Largo. And I'm also at blu-ray.com. Those discussion forums I frequent occasionally, especially the Kino Lorber discussion thread where my cats are celebrities there.
Nice.
But anyway, yeah, thanks, Jill, for once again for another great live stream. Thank you so much for your channel.
You're welcome.
And thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for taking the time to share with us today about all the things you like. And I had a super fun time. And I enjoyed seeing your Mecha Godzilla. I knew that I wanted that showed off when you showed that off.
Yeah, that is so awesome. I saw that and I went, I have to get it. I don't care how much it costs.
Money's no object here.
Anyway, thanks again, Jill.
Of course. Then we have Scotty R37 and friends.
And friends. And Steve. Yeah, obviously, we've been taking a little bit of a hiatus if you're a fan of Cinema Gulp, but we're recharging and making sure that we can come back and do our Hump Day happy hours on Wednesdays. And so I'm looking forward to that return. Obviously, hanging out with you is amazing, Jill. We're doing on the Phantasmagorium. We're talking about the third Matrix film, Matrix Revolutions. We're going to be talking about later on this evening, and one of the places that people have let me hang out with, because it's always a little bit of a battle with me because I'm difficult. Is I've been hanging over on not today, but sometimes. I've been hanging over at Trev Retro, so give him. He's been skyrocketing in terms of his subscribers, and so. Give him a listen. I think they're going to be talking about. What are they talking about? I know you were just on there for Starship Troopers, but I forget. Cannonball Run is what they're going to be talking about shortly.
I thought they were talking about Big Trouble in Little China, but I guess
that's on Monday. Yeah. So always a fun time hanging out over there with them folk. I know I went on a tirade against everyone from the United Kingdom the other night, but I was just in a bad mood and I needed some fish and chips to level myself up.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I completely missed your
Yeah, good. I deleted it. I deleted it all. There you go. That's why I will never run for office.
It's because
That's interesting, Scotty. That's what I had for lunch was fish and chips.
Oh, delicious.
I had that yesterday.
Yeah, I had that delivered from Culver's. That's why I had to step away for a while. So
yeah.
Yeah,
now it's time to start thinking about dinner.
Yeah, Uber Eats is the one that's delivering, and yesterday they had trouble finding my place, so that's why I had to step away because yet again they needed some help. So, but anyway, I got my food. It was still hot, just like yesterday. It was still warm.
Yay.
So that's the most important thing.
Yeah, definitely. It's no fun having to reheat your own food. It's like, I gotta cook it, even though I ordered it so I wouldn't have to touch my oven.
That's right. And Chico is here on my lap. He just jumped up on my lap here. He says hello.
Hey, what up,
hello,
man?
Chico. Oh,
I like Worf. Oh, that was Chico. He likes Worf.
There you go.
Oh,
there you go.
I like Worf too. Okay, hold on just a second.
Good tea. Nice house.
Okay, you want that one?
No, you can play whatever you want. I was just quoting the first thing that came to my mind.
Good tea. Nice house.
Sir, I protest. I am not a merry man.
Yeah, Chico loves those two clips, so he appreciates that, Jill.
Tell him he is a pretty cat and a good cat
I will feed him.
He's not holding that cat right. There's a proper way to hold a kitty, and there's an improper way. And unfortunately, Worf was doing the improper way.
Prune juice.
Warriors drink.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites too.
Those are all really great ones.
Yeah.
Worf has all the best.
The best lines, yeah.
This is true. Even in an absolutely terrible episode, Worf might have a good line or two. Like,
yeah, that you are correct. He's a highlight, even in those first two rather rough seasons of TNG.
Yeah. But we've got to go. I thank you so much for everyone taking time out of your day to spend with me. That means a lot to me. Thank you, Wes Cagle. Thanks to DJ Knight. I'll just go up just a little bit. The Tetrarch of Apathy also spent a lot of time here, as did Sig Valdison, who says, have a nice afternoon and evening, panel, and everyone. Oh, it's so weird. It's a Thursday. I still have a Friday to do, but I have to take my child to the dentist so I can stream tomorrow. The Liberator is a beautiful design, said Gavin Blackburn. Thank you, Gavin, for hanging out. And everybody else who was here. DJ Knight. Oh, who else? Sentai Ranger Johnny. God, can't forget him. James Caserta. Very phallic-y. What's very phallic-y? Okay. Well, anyway, it's no every time I click on James Caserta, you never know what you're gonna get. It's like a box of chocolates.
Life's like a box of chocolates.
Yeah. Oh, and I have a friend I finally found the one person who doesn't like that movie, and that's Ben from Cinema Gulp. He does not like.
Yeah, I have some issues with it, but the thing is, it's one of those movies that's superior to the novel.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a novel.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, this reminded me. Claude Parrish reminded me of one thing he wanted to show that I just happened to find. I just saw it right here. He shared it with me on Twitter, and I would have completely missed it, but I accidentally saw it. And this is the golf club that was created on the moon.
Yeah, I was. I thought my memory is that he kind of jerry rigged one of the little scoops that they were officially using on the surface of the moon. And he just, but that's an actual golf club head there.
Yeah, this is Alan Shepard's golf club, but I wouldn't doubt that there was a makeshift one too.
Yeah,
you have a golf club. I'm making one too.
Yeah. Now he says classic comics, and then he says Lance Kerwin. Huh. Mm-hmm. I don't know the connection there.
No, there's no connection. I was just reminded of this golf club because Claude Parrish was here, and he sent it to me.
No, he says sorry, classic comics. That's a particular series of comic books that illustrated classic literature.
Reminds me to end the poll.
Oh, in the poll.
Yeah, which Star Trek pet would you adopt? So, let's bring that up. Oh, goodness. Share screen. There it is. We've got Spot wins at 41%, with the Tribbles and Porthos tied at 25%.
Yay! I voted for Porthos.
So would Bird of Prey 5. He would always vote for Porthos. And Targ still gets a little love at 9%. I'm glad somebody voted for the Targ.
Yeah, I didn't vote, but I would have voted for Spot.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
A big surprise, huh?
So for Spot. Okay, so that's the chat, I guess. Dalek 451 was here. Gavin Blackburn. And let's find one more, and then I'm gonna stop reading names. There was Small Time Republic. I don't know if I even said hi to Small Time Republic. I hope I did. But just to end off this live stream, I'm gonna read Ode to Spot and have our closing videos. So thank you guys.
All right. Cheers
for hanging out today. And Felis catus is your taxonomic nomenclature, an endothermic quadruped carnivorous by nature. Your visual, olfactory, and auditory senses contribute to your hunting skills and natural defenses. I find myself intrigued by your subvocal oscillations, a singular development of cat communications that obviates your basic hedonistic predilection for a rhythmic stroking of your fur to demonstrate affection. A tail is quite essential for your acrobatic talents. You would not be so agile if you lacked its counterbalance. And when not being utilized to aid in locomotion, it often serves to illustrate the state of your emotion. Oh, Spot, the complex levels of behavior you display connote a fairly well-developed cognitive array, and although you are not sentient, Spot, and do not comprehend, I nonetheless consider you a true and valued friend.
And the ways our differences combine to create meaning and beauty.
It has always been easier to destroy than to create.
May we together become greater than the sum of both of us.
Well, now you have something new to think about. Carry on.
All right, move along. Done. Stop it. Get off of the things. Go outside. Get some food. It's like, you know, it's a time of day where you live. Go do something. Shut up, Snoopy. I don't care. You smoke too much. Let's go. Let's go adventure. Let's go explore.
See you around the galaxy.